do it for SportsCenter all night. I'm Jay Reynolds. It's Thursday, May 20th. More on the PGA Championship this morning with our caddy, Michael Collins. He's here 7:30 Eastern with KJZ. They're next. It's ESPN Radio.
We're back on Thursday. What a win for my Lakers. The run to Title 18 starts now. Is championship or bust? Thursday morning, Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin on ESPN Radio. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin starts next at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN News.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble? No one likes that. We can get you set up for the warmer temps ahead. Let's start with a free battery test. If you're just in need of a charge, we can help with that too. And if it's time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2019.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game, and now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
Wendy's Frosty-ccino is cold brew with frosty creamer. What does that mean? It means we took rich, smooth cold brew and then added your choice of vanilla or chocolate frosty creamer. Can you say good morning? Or better yet, Wendy's Frosty-ccino? It's cold brew with frosty creamer. It's only at Wendy's, and it's delicious. So ditch the stuffy coffee shop and say hasta la vista, barista. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Frosty-ccino and start your morning right.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with UberEats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra 250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra 250 for more details.
It's like I blinked and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce.
Now, my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide, and we're bringing it right when your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gordon Christensen, and if you're a dentist as I am, or you know a dentist, please take a moment to listen. When I became a dentist, I learned how quickly poor oral health can lead to other serious health problems. And for people without access to care, these problems can spiral very quickly. I wanted to help, but I wasn't sure how I could until I joined Dental Lifeline Network. It's a nonprofit that has helped us literally change the lives of people in our communities. DLN asked dentists to volunteer to see just one of the many patients in need in your area. It's very simple. DLN screens those in need and coordinates an initial appointment that takes place in the comfort of the dentist's own office and on their schedule. Right now, there's a wait list for patients in need in your community. I'm asking fellow dentists who will join me in seeing one patient per year.
Learn more about Dental Lifeline Network at willyouseeone.org. That's willyouseeone.org.
97.5 The Fanatic is an equal opportunity employer and is dedicated to performing broad outreach to fill job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local community organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Community organizations that wish to receive our job postings should contact the Fanatic's business office by calling 610-771-9750. We also encourage listeners to visit bbgi.com, where you'll find an online listing of job openings at Beasley Media Group, LLC. WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party Big M.
The show starts now.
And good morning to you on this Thursday. I only know it's the 99th edition of the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Because tomorrow's 100. And our 6 o'clock hour sponsors, as always, Bradford White Water Heaters. We thank Bradford White. They are here for the pro. And Jamie Lynch got himself a Bradford White water heater that will be installed today.
Yes. I had to upgrade to the Bradford White, and I was happy to do so.
Well, they wanted to give you a Chintzy water heater.
Yeah, and I said, give me the best.
Give me that Bradford White.
Give me that 10-year warranty.
See?
Instead of that 5-year warranty.
You're going to feel a little better about it.
Yeah, I feel a little safer.
Getting that Bradford
Still
White.
smell.
Yeah,
Thanks, Bob. I have been showering.
Really?
Okay, how's the shower been going? Have you just been doing the washcloth and under the armpits and stuff?
No. I have a cousin 11 houses down. I've used his, and then I've used my mother's.
So you have 11 houses down on the same street?
Yeah, right at the end of the street.
Awesome. You have any of that? Did you have any of that growing up? Or do you have it now?
No. We lived near a brother-in-law for about 6 years. Our first house, when we got married, we lived right behind a brother-in-law.
So that's convenient if you need anything.
Yeah, he's got a pool, too. It's very convenient for us.
You don't bathe in his pool?
No, just pee.
Oh, just pee in the pool.
Yeah.
What if he puts those purple...
Is that an urban myth?
No, it's not an urban myth.
They do
can
exist?
actually do it.
Okay.
I might do that.
You have to
should.
Yes.
It'd be fun.
Your pool would be
I don't
purple
swim in your toilet, so don't pee in my pool. Aunt Rita and Uncle Bernie lived at 39, and we lived at 26. So you could just wander down.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Wander down the block if you needed it. It's an amazing day, and it's a Thursday. That means it's Wednesday. Just wondered if Pat was paying attention. He looked up at me.
It's game day!
Pat looked like he was a little distracted this morning. Pat, are you distracted? Is Coach riding you this morning or something?
It's Thursday.
I understand. I just want to make sure.
Didn't you say it was Wednesday?
I did on purpose to get your head to come up.
Well, yeah, that's
I'm glad. Okay, I just made to make sure because you look like you look downtrodden this morning a little bit. You were a little angry when you came in today.
Wow.
You were a little angry, so I'm just worried about
you're right. You're right. It's a me problem.
But it was a Bomani problem.
Oh, don't even get me started.
By the way, Pat's rant on Bomani Jones this morning should have been on air, and it was classic. It was absolutely awesome. And it did put a smile on my face, Pat, because vengeance, I love it. A good grudge, there's nothing like it. Now, we thank Thursday means it's a Wednesday. Wendy's Day. Get a classic breakfast sandwich. Small seasoned potatoes for just $3 at Wendy's. So Wendy's our Thursday sponsor, and we appreciate them big time here on the John Kincade Show. I was going to get to something right at the top of the hour, but I'm going to get to this first. It's amazing, and Coach put it up there this morning. He thought that the ESPN poll was pretty incredible. Who has done more miracles on earth? Was it, JC himself, or is it LeBron James? Because I got to tell you, it's about damn time. LeBron James can take anything, any moment, and make it so dramatic. It's unbelievable. Now, a great win last night for the Lakers. 2 underachieving teams. By the way, we used to not celebrate 7 and 8 seeds. Now, the Lakers are underachieving more because of the fact that I believe it's injury. Golden State, not their full squad too, but we never paid attention to 7 and 8 teams in the history of watching NBA basketball. They were always afterthoughts. When you see LeBron James and Steph Curry being able to go at it, that is a little bit of a different thing. But I've never seen a great player, and I believe he may end up being the greatest player I've ever seen. If it's not him, it's Jordan, and if it's not Jordan, it's him. So it's right there. That worries so much about what the narrative is around his career. Because a slight poke in the eye becomes, that's going to be the talking point of the game. It's going to be what everybody's talking about. And for history, everybody's going to remember this. It's a great win. Bob, you covered the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen who were the players that LeBron learned this from?
LeBron learned what from?
Let's over drama
Himself.
everything.
Himself. Really? Yeah, he's one of the smartest players ever to play the game also. So where does the smartness come in? The smartness comes in like, okay, I'm going to get calls because I'm LeBron James. He's not above knowing that. I might be able to get Draymond Green a flagrant foul here, which makes it easier for us to win the game. I might have to sell it a little more than I do. Yeah, does he go overboard? Yeah. Like he hits the three that we just watched again on TV. We watched the replay. He hits the three, and he feels the need to point to his eye, say, "I can't even see." Okay.
I saw 3 rims after the game. There were 3 rims, so I just shot for the middle one. BS.
Yeah,
That's such a load of crap.
I take that with a grain of salt. It doesn't bother me.
Why do you feel the need to do that if you're LeBron James and you are the greatest?
Why does it bother you? What difference does it make? Michael Jordan acted like he had a 1,000 fever when he was hungover or whatever it was. All right, it's the dramatics of the game. I don't really care about that stuff. No. He made a great 3-pointer last night from 39 feet. Him pointing to his eye, is that eye rolling?
Why does it bother me? Because it's bullcrap. It's bullcrap. And God forbid if LeBron, it's not personal. What are you talking about personal?
Well, why are you so upset?
Because
it's LeBron James.
Because he is one of the greatest players ever.
Ask me a question. I'm trying to answer you.
No, but he is. But then you're saying it's me personally. What the hell personal have to do with it?
You sound like you're upset.
No, it's why do you have to do that when you're the greatest of all time? You are potentially the greatest of all time. Why do you have to do that? I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand why you have to embellish. You're already everybody acknowledges if you're not the greatest, you're the second greatest.
Yeah.
And everybody is in 1 or 2. Why do you have to try to make it bigger? Everybody knows you're great.
He's got a flair for the drama. I don't know. I mean, sports are basically a giant male soap opera, and he's your leading star.
I love soap opera.
Yeah. I mean,
love soap opera.
That's a pretty good line.
It is, though.
It is. I mean, he hams it up. There's no doubt about it.
Who are the other greats, though? All-time greats that are like...
Sidney Crosby's, to a degree.
Yes, there's one.
Has that.
Thinking of it.
Chris Paul kind of comes to mind, but he's more of a jar.
Shaq and Kobe interview I conducted, they both said that it's better to not talk about. There are things that, like Shaq talks about the fact that he goes, do you know how many times I played with 102 fever?
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I played games with it?
Yeah.
You don't talk about it. You go to work. Go to work. Don't make everybody know, oh, look at what a warrior I am. I've managed to overcome this. And they both sort of took issue with that. Like, that's just it's not their mentality. Lunch pail. And that's one of the only things they ever bonded on.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. You know me.
Right, you're not.
I know Coach hates when I say that. But I don't. I'm a guy that keeps his head down, and I appreciate people that keeps their head down and does what they do and doesn't have to talk so much about it. So for me to say, I don't really care, it's eye-rolling and it's funny, eye-rolling.
Yes.
That LeBron does it. But to me anymore, it is. It's happened so often that
Are you numb to it?
I think I am, yeah.
But how many other guys do it?
Robert Covington.
In sports. No, in sports. What are all-time greats?
Oh, God.
I'm talking,
my God. Don't even get me started with
Robert. I'm talking all-time greats of sports.
Because other people don't do it. I think that doesn't rule my day. If other people don't do it, you shouldn't do it. Okay, he's unique. He's one of the top 2 basketball players of all time. Is this a flaw? Is this a character thing?
There's got to be a great wide receiver. That's the equivalent of crying to the ref every time that you didn't get a ball thrown. Where's the flag? Where's the flag? I'm sure nobody's coming to mind, but there's definitely a great
Jordan
receiver.
Is what comes to mind, and I believe it's LeBron trying to create his narratives to say I'm going to win the Jordan argument. Jordan had the 104 degree fever, which, by the way, that was literally it's mocked.
Yeah.
By player. I don't know how many players love asking that question. Like, well, you know how many times I played with
pregame last night. The report comes out. Well, LeBron's nowhere near close to 100%, and I was like, all right, we're already planting excuse seeds.
Yes.
All right, great. Yeah.
Now I'm sure Brian Windhorst got paid well for that.
Wendy?
Hey, Pat Egan, you love the Terrell Owens era?
Yeah,
that was great, right? It was awesome.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it.
What did T.O. do in the Super Bowl?
14 catches, 116 yards,
and playing on a 6-week broken leg.
Yeah,
and you know what T.O. was doing? Just out there balling.
Yeah, he signed a waiver.
Just out there balling
for me and for you.
He did, and I'll always love him for that. I just never understood it. That it's like, well, I'm going to make sure the historical narrative is. Remember the game, the poked in the eye game.
I agree with you that I don't know why he feels the need to do it.
That's what I'm asking.
But it doesn't bother me I just blow it off anymore. But you're right. I don't know why he does feel the need to carry it on. And the little thing, like I just said, when he makes the shot and he has to say, "I can't even see." Oh. All right, dude. Yeah.
See, now you get it. You get what I'm doing.
Not to the extent of you.
Like, no, not to the extent of me.
Yeah.
We don't look at it the same way. I'm just checking it there. Wawa Rewards members can now get a free hot or iced coffee every Tuesday through May. Try their new boosted blend hot coffee with 22% more caffeine. Gotta have a Wawa. So we appreciate them being a part of the station, too. Okay, let's get to this. It's showtime tonight. The 76ers await their first-round opponent. It will either be Washington or Indiana. We've got special coverage you're not going to get anywhere else today. As Bob Cooney has dusted off his coach's shorts, the Johnny Ball Huggers, and he's going to have a whistle around his neck. He's going to give you a scouting report on each potential opponent at 7:15 and 8:15. So do not miss it today as Coach Cooney debuts.
I'm an idiot.
No, I think you're pretty good. The Nets and the Bucks look like a major potential obstacle coming in the conference finals. So it's clear Milwaukee's got the rougher road to navigate than Brooklyn. Miami, the defending Eastern Conference champion, and Boston hobbles into the playoffs, pretty much a wobbly 500 team. But if it's true, though, like Bob says, that you'd like to see your team tested a little bit before they get to the ultimate series that they got to get past that Eastern Conference final. Could Milwaukee truly benefit? Could that be the rougher road? Could Milwaukee say, you know what? I'm glad we went through Miami. I'm glad we went through the Nets before they would face the Sixers. To me, it's a foreign concept. That seems foreign to me. But I wonder if I'm less of a competitive spirit because of that. Maybe I'm just the overconfident fool. I can guarantee you that wouldn't be the first time. Because I'm looking at it now and I say the way that everything is broken out by the bracket, I see the Nets as the true threat. But I wonder about honestly, Bob, I love to compete. I am a love to compete, love to win. But then I look at my mentality when it comes to the Sixers run and I say, do you really love to compete or are you really trying to find the easiest, wimpiest, easiest path to win? And I question it.
Yeah, I really struggle with this. And I'm not dying on a hill saying they have to have a tougher schedule to be at a good spot when it comes to the finals. It's just something that crossed my mind a few weeks ago when we kept talking about, Brooklyn and oh my God, why am I drawing a blank here? Milwaukee have to go through.
Milwaukee.
I know. Have to go through each other. And the thought just popped into my head, like, wow, you come out of that series, you're going to have to be playing great ball. Whoever wins that series is going to be playing great basketball, probably their best of the season, to go to the Eastern Conference Final. And then because of our recent past history with the Sixers of playing down to opponents, of not looking themselves all the time, not playing up to their best, and we saw it over the last 12 games of the season, that you wonder, wow, I hope they're in the great spot too. Maybe it's only because of my recent biased look at the Sixers of playing down to opponents that it concerns me.
Yeah, I don't think they do that anymore. I think they've matured from bringing in Danny Green and Seth Curry and Dwight Howard, the vets, Doc Rivers, and then Joel, maturing and becoming a better basketball player. I don't think they necessarily do that as much. I'm not saying they can't, and they totally could, but I'd much rather be rested, healthy, and basically having 2 practice series and saving all my energy and health for the battle. Because
you think more like I do.
Yeah, maybe I'm in the minority here that I think they'll be fine.
I think you two are both in the majority.
You think we're in the majority? Because I think we're in the minority.
I think you're in the majority in that you wanted the easier path.
Oh, I want the complete easiest path.
And that you want these 2 series to ramp you up and get you playing.
Yeah, I view these. I hope this isn't too cocky as warm-up series.
I don't think it is. I think you guys have a good point there.
And I think I'll take the rest. If Milwaukee gets out and they have to go through Miami and then Brooklyn and then the Sixers, that's grueling. Yes. And the Sixers could have feet up, kick back.
Pat, where do you fall on this? I mean, do you want the easiest path?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so then you say we say of course. But Jamie and I both think we're in the minority with this thing.
No, I think we're in the majority. I think we're in the vast majority. I mean, because in 20 years, People only remember parades. They don't remember the path that got you to a championship. It's an afterthought. I mean, what's the point of getting the number 1 seed if you don't benefit from it?
I ask you about this, and I'll ask you, Pat, the question first. If the Minneapolis Miracle doesn't happen, do the Eagles win the Super Bowl?
I think they do.
So you do. You think they beat the Saints the week after?
But I don't think they beat them 38-7. But I think they win.
Bob.
I didn't want New Orleans. I remember at the time I didn't want New Orleans coming in here. I didn't want Drew Brees coming in here, a capable offense and a veteran like that who had won a playoff game not too many years earlier.
And
here.
a Super Bowl winner.
Could the Eagles have won the game?
No,
yeah, I think.
Do you think the Eagles win the Super Bowl if that doesn't happen? I do not.
I do.
You do.
There was something switched after that second half with Atlanta. Anybody that was coming in that stadium that day was going to catch those hands. There was something. It was their time.
I can't argue with that. I really can't. I can't come back with a retort. I can't say devil's advocate. You're probably right. I didn't want New Orleans coming in here, but the way they just trounced Minnesota and the way things went their way.
Bloodbath.
Yeah, maybe nobody could have come in here and beat them.
It was one of my favorite. It might be my favorite big game I've ever attended.
Me too.
Because of the fact that the second half, I remember hanging out up in the seats where I was sitting, hanging out. One of my best friends, Joe Amicone, was up there with his friends, and we're all out. And I go, we stood in there, and we're just talking about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was nice to be stress free.
There was no chance. That second half just went. By the middle of the third quarter, it was more than over.
It was the perfect way to get to a championship because of that fact. You didn't have to sweat it out. You didn't have to sit there nerve-wracking. Like, it was over.
It was awesome.
It was, and Bob, to your point, yeah, I mean, looking back on it, I guess I would have taken facing Case Keenum over Drew Brees. It's
every day of the week.
Very close on that one. Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Nick Foles, Case Keenum. Like, to me, Nick Foles, Case Keenum, Nick Foles, Drew Brees. I think Drew Brees would have carved him up.
So I'm with Jamie, and mainly goes back to Chris Long did a podcast where he said there's something about that team that anybody could have gotten.
When they were dancing in the end zone to Meek Mill, that stadium was
so awesome.
That was a different place.
You were both there, right?
I was there for the week before for the Atlanta game, and they barely survived a good Atlanta team, not a great one.
Yeah,
they had been to the Super Bowl the year before, but it was
something switched after that.
Philly could something switch for the Phillies offense last night? Nothing, no support, and Zach doesn't get any support, and it is Pat. What I will tell you is just we're almost 2 months into it. I see what I've been seeing what you saw in Zach Eflin and what you believed would happen. I've been seeing it. The mentality change. He is a different pitcher this year.
He is.
He's taken that step.
I feel like he's finally confident in the fact that his game plan that he has going in won't be criticized by analytical people saying you need to throw high fastballs that end up getting hit out of the park, which one did yesterday. But
he seems so much more comfortable on the mound.
He does, yeah. He does. Like when he first came up, he had such a deer in the headlights look, and he doesn't have that anymore.
He's almost got swagger now on the mound, which is good. But the thing is, right now too, as much praise and everything he's getting, do you see what number his ERA is at? He's right where our bet is.
Well, is he really?
He's at 3.74. So right now Pat's winning. He's at 3.74. He's right now the ERA sitting right. All this praise, and he's just.
That's great.
Yeah, he's right there.
I hope it hovers all year.
I thought he should have.
By the way, I think that's excellent.
I thought he should have came out for the 7th.
I think so too.
I had a slight bone to pick with Joe again last night.
You think he should have come out for the 7th inning also?
Why didn't you bunt with Brad Miller?
Yeah.
But, I mean, guys, it's Brad Miller.
Exactly my point.
I mean, no.
No.
Guy brings the bat.
You take away the double play with no outs and you get a man on second and third.
No, I understand it.
It's not a major gripe, but
I completely understand.
When you're trying to manufacture runs.
Has he been one of your best bats this year? Yes.
Yeah,
he's been one of your best bats.
That's pathetic.
And that's what I understand, but
you got to play to what you got, right?
He's got to look at a deck of cards.
Sometimes you got to scratch and claw for runs, and I would have bunted. That's just me.
I don't understand why more teams don't bunt in extra innings.
Yeah,
I don't. I can't understand it. Depending on who's coming up, Lay down a sacrifice and get the run and ask your bullpen to do its job.
Yeah.
To be able to do
if
its job.
I can eliminate a double play in that situation.
I get it.
I eliminate it.
I don't know about Brad Miller as a bunter, though. Because none of these guys. Look, Major League Baseball pitchers have long been, by the way, no explanation to it, because it wasn't always this way, that they don't take, I'm a pitcher, I don't hit.
Yeah.
I'm a pitcher, I don't take batting practice.
You got all the time in the world. Get in the cage.
I can't stand that.
I watched three Hall of Fame pitchers take batting practice every day. Every freaking day took batting practice.
Glavine was a freak.
They cared.
Athletically,
they cared about it, though. They actually cared about it. They just give it up now. We don't want our pitchers hitting. That would be awful, Pat.
I took some pride. I don't know if you guys remember, but the 2011 Phillies team, like their pitchers had a competition to see who would be the best hitter. Like they took pride in it as well.
Points for sacrifices, points for RBI.
There was this little checklist they had, and I thought it was awesome.
Do you remember when we were growing up how good the Phillies hitters were? Our pitchers were at hitting.
Yes.
Steve Carlton, Randy Lersch,
Dick
Christensen, Ruthven. These guys were legit.
They actually
5-6 home run a year guys.
They actually hit sometimes.
I remember Danny Jackson being a good hitter too.
Danny Jackson had that.
Well, he had some.
He was the perfect.
Steroids.
Yeah, he was the perfect. He was the perfect pitcher though for that. By the way, he was one of the good dudes. There wasn't many. There wasn't many in that locker room, but he was one of the good people in that locker room. And Danny Jackson could hit. He could hit, and he had an approach, but he's gonna
feel like Mulholland could get the bat on the ball too. Yeah, it's a lost art.
It's just give up. But as they say, they don't let pitchers pitch in some high school after 10th grade. Like varsity baseball, I think there's a lot of them where the pitchers don't.
I told you before, I can't stand it because pitchers are your best athlete growing up.
Yes.
Best athlete. You put kids on the field, you get your best athlete, you throw them on the mound. He's probably your best hitter too. I don't know why that gets wasted away as they get older.
Hey, is Howie Roseman truly the best? Well, there is an NFL general manager who believes when there are 31 other general managers to name, he thinks this guy is the best. We'll get to it next. It's the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. Hey, if you get a power bill and you're a sports fan and you think you know you can pick a winner, I've got a fantastic deal from my friends with Star Energy. Star Energy's got a great offer. Join Star Energy today, and you're going to get a great fixed price, all green energy, and no early termination fee. But here's your winning shot. You get to pick the team of your choice to win its championship. And if your team wins, you win $150 in energy credits. And they'll even give you $25 if you're wrong. It's a great electricity product anyway that you need. And they're all sports fans at Star Energy, so they came up with this game to get you juiced up and ready to go. Look, it's free to pick. Every fan should go to Star. Call 833-GO-TEAM-3. 833-GO-TEAM-3. And they'll make picking your team and signing up with Star as easy as an unguarded layup. Call 833-GO-TEAM-3 right now. Star Energy has a no-obligation free sweepstakes going on just for calling, too. So if you think you can pick a winner, put some fun in your electricity bill and some money in your pocket. Tell them John Kincade sent you to Star Energy.
The John Kincade Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Ant. Don't be that guy this summer. The guy with the T-shirt on in the pool. Yeah, you can still be slimmer for this summer, since it only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed money-back program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair and saliva and blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to keep the weight off for the rest of your life. It's all about the science. Not sure if you can do it alone. NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. Hold your hand. You're fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. It's all natural. No shots, no hormones, no surgery. With offices close by in Cherry Hill, Princeton, and now open in King of Prussia. Or available with live online video consultations. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-NJ-DIET. Go to njdiet.com. Lose the weight for good. That's njdiet.com.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage.
Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you. By the way, unless you're in Missouri or Illinois, I'm not licensed in your state, but that's okay. Our attorneys in your state are.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Philadelphia area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 215-490-9999. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Philadelphia, Radnor, and Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Michelle Ferreri, licensed in New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
Do you hear My Computer Career ads and think, I don't know anything about computers? Well, you don't have to. Before starting, many graduates could turn a computer on and off, and that's it. And now they're IT pros. You could do it too. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. You could start your new life in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's My Computer Career.
For the ones who get going when the going gets tough. And the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you, so you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half? That feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you could pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Summer means longer days and sometimes longer weekends. Make the most of yours with Memorial Day savings now at the Home Depot. In-store, online, store-wide. Come in for fresh Bonnie plants now through Sunday. 3 for just $9. Save on everything from mulch to mowers. Ready, set, summer. Memorial Day savings. Here now, only at the Home Depot. How doers get...
Constantly adjusting your thermostat can noticeably increase your monthly energy bill. Since you can't put a lockbox on your thermostat, here's the next best thing. Special financing offers and rebates on the new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane, with a whole-house air filtration system to keep the air you breathe clean and safe, subject to credit approval. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
Hey, if you're having trouble squeezing into last year's summer clothes, it's probably time to do a juice cleanse with Squeeze.com.
If you've never done one before, a 1 to 3 day cleanse with Squeeze.com is a great kickoff to a weight loss campaign. You can lose inches, eliminate bloat, and feel more energetic.
And it's so easy. Just go to Squeeze.com, order before 1 p.m. You'll get same-day delivery by 9 p.m. Now, if you're on the road all day, jumping from job site to job site, Squeeze.com is delivered in a nice cooler bag. Just throw in an ice pack, and you're good to go all day. That's Squeeze.com. Click Mike and Natalie in the drop-down at checkout.
Tune in to freewinners.net every Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. for the Las Vegas View on all things point spread related. Call Free Winners at 888-366-3733. That's 888-366-3733. Freewinners.net.
Wake up with Wendy's $3 Classic Breakfast Deal. Our small seasoned potatoes with your choice of classic breakfast sandwich, all for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. No substitutions. Breakfast Baconator excluded.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with UberEats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra 250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra 250 for more details.
It's like I blinked and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce.
Now, my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide, and we're bringing it right when your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
Hello? We just made your listening experience easier. 97.5 The Fanatic is now on radio.com. Radio.com. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
There is nothing bougie about this show. Look, I'm the only guy in here from Delco.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
It's a Thursday morning. That means Wendy's is in the house. Get a classic sausage, egg, and cheese, or a classic bacon, egg, and cheese paired with the small seasoned breakfast potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. And we appreciate you being a part of the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. So it'll be a matchup between Memphis and Golden State to see who plays in the 8-seed game against Utah. And I would believe that Utah is rooting heavily for Memphis.
Yeah. I think it's the first time in Pop's career, did I see, that he hasn't made the playoffs in back-to-back years?
Yes, that would make sense.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
That's incredible.
That's pretty wild. He's been coaching for a long time.
The level of excellence out of Greg Popovich as a coach is just still, I think he squeezed every bit of juice out of that lemon.
Absolutely.
To get what they got. Like, to me, and look, Bob, you'll know better. To me, the Pelicans missing the play-in tournament and Pops taking that San Antonio team to the play-in tournament, that's an indictment on the Pelicans.
Yeah.
It's an indictment.
Yeah, it is. But it's also another notch in the hat of Pop, I guess. You're right. You look at that lineup and you're kind of...
How did he get that team in when the Pelicans don't make it?
I don't know. And DeMar DeRozan, great player, all that, but he's kind of all you have. And Patty Mills, believe it or not, has been around for a while and really was never a go-to guy. It's amazing what he does year in and year out.
I'm always a fan of the tactician teacher. And he's a teacher, but he constantly develops players and brings guys up. And the way that organization stashes players overseas and then brings them and they come out of nowhere over the years in his run has been incredible. And he's had 3 different opportunities to leave. I read a piece about him just, I guess it was before this year. He's had 3 different chances where teams have went after him. Brooklyn went after him, by the way. They went after him. They wanted him to come.
Smart.
They wanted him to be the coach in Brooklyn. He wanted no parts of it. I don't want any parts of that.
There was a rumor the Sixers wanted him to come in and be the president of everything while Brett Brown was the coach.
So let him be everything.
Yeah.
But he wasn't ready to stop coaching.
No, I don't think he was ready to stop coaching. His wife was still alive. I don't know if she was having health issues. I think he's just rooted so much in the San Antonio area that it'll be interesting now because, unfortunately, his wife has passed. He's older. He's head of USA Basketball. His roots might get uplifted and planted elsewhere.
You probably know this story, Bob, because you've probably been told it a million times. But he goes on the road. So, Pat, they're on a road trip. And he will say, imagine this show went on the road. And Pops would say, Pat, tomorrow night we're in Detroit. I know a great little spot in Detroit. You and I are going to go have dinner after we arrive. And he just takes players out to dinner.
Just like one-on-one?
One-on-one. And
That's
he says,
cool.
Hey, we're going to have our dinner. So we'll go and have a dinner. And on the road trip throughout the year, every single player at one point, he has every single player one-on-one. And supposedly the wine is flowing.
Relationships are really, really important to Greg Popovich from what I've been told. And it's a small, I don't want to say a small circle, but if he trusts you and you're in that circle, you're in that circle, and he is totally devoted to you. We know Pop from the things that he says and from the curmudgeon he is on interviews. When you would get him talking about Brett Brown, it was unbelievable to watch
Like the pride?
transformation. Oh, incredible. And when San Antonio would come into town, they'd go to dinner the night before. They'd go for like an hour and a half, 2-hour walk out by the Schuylkill River just to talk, just to be alone and talk.
Yeah,
that's how much Brett meant
that's
to him.
so awesome.
But that's part of why I defend Brett to a degree. It's like he's not a terrible coach. Like when people call him a terrible coach, if he has the respect and admiration of Greg Popovich, perhaps the greatest basketball coach in NBA history, like
that's personal. That's great. That's Greg Popovich.
Nah, I think it means something. He's not a terrible coach.
No, he's not a head coach. He's not a great head coach. He may
I didn't call him great. I just called him not terrible.
But he may be a really good basketball mind, but Greg Popovich isn't the person to ask because he loves him like a son.
Yeah,
he loves him like, come on. Your mentor is never going to tear you down. Your mentor is never going to criticize you publicly. It's not going to happen.
He respects his basketball mind. And that's good enough for me.
He does, but it doesn't mean
to say he's not a terrible coach. I'm only talking about the people that call him a terrible coach. He's not a terrible
they're
coach.
idiots. Don't worry about what idiots say.
Bill Belichick respects a lot of people that he had.
And he's had a lot of bad
coaches. He's had a lot of bad coaches from that tree.
Bill Belichick defends every single one of his assistants, and he's had
he just hires them back, and it works.
Right.
It's a good cycle for him.
They're good some people are good in the position they're at. And that's just the way it is.
Not terrible.
So, Howie Roseman, considered by many to be a pariah, he's an idiot, he's a moron. As I say with Howie Roseman, I will always look at him as there's been how many guys have walked through that GM office at the Philadelphia Eagles? Only one of them has led a team to a championship and has put together a roster to win a championship. So I'm always going to give Howie that respect on it. Do I doubt Howie in a lot of ways about a lot of things? Absolutely. But Browns general manager Andrew Berry was a guest on the Ross Tucker football podcast. And by the way, I listen to that often. Love it. Ross, a good dude and really does some interesting interviews throughout the years. He interviews the Browns general manager about all that's going on with the Browns. So they get on to a discussion is, who do you think is the best general manager in the game? Of all the other general managers. And he says, Andrew Berry says Howie Roseman. Now, Andrew Berry's worked under a lot of general managers. He worked under Howie Roseman for a year. He says it's Howie Roseman, and this is what he had to say.
I do, and I feel fortunate to have worked for Howie for a year in Philadelphia. I think anyone who's been in a general manager's position or been close to a general manager's position has probably an appreciation for the breadth of responsibilities that are on a general manager's plate. I think oftentimes the role is just viewed as like, hey, go pick players in the draft, and really the responsibilities are just a lot broader. I think with Howie, very smart, good with people, highly strategic, and he's a guy who knows college scouting, pro scouting, contract management, research and strategy, day-to-day operations. And I think it's just hard to acquire all those skills, and it's hard to find individuals that are highly competent across all those football operations.
This man is a general manager. He's had experience with 6 different general managers in the league. He knows his league-wide reputation. He knows what it takes to succeed better than any of us do, as he's actually gotten to one of those offices. And honestly, that's where one of those things where you go, okay, Howie Roseman has a lot of respect. And I've been told by people who know him well, if he got me in a room, I'd have to be saying, John, don't buy the sales pitch. Don't buy the car. Don't buy the car. He's going to get you to buy the car. That if Howie Roseman's the car salesman, you are going to go in there and you're going to go, I'm not buying today.
It's interesting.
Howie will get you to buy.
The way he said it is kind of what I've said about Howie. And look, I've said in the past that I thought he deserved to be fired because his drafts have been so bad.
And by the way, there's no defending that.
No, not at all. But I think his GM mind and his understanding of value and the way he trades, his GM mind is right. His draft evaluation, whether it's coming from Morey or him, is terrible. So it is only a fifth of the spectrum of a GM duty.
It's a big part, though.
It is a big part. It's a huge part, and that's why I thought he should have been fired in the past. But I do think the other 4/5 are pretty strong.
The only thing is, you say a fifth. I think drafting for a GM is more than a third.
Yeah, it might be.
I think it's like 40%.
in the pinwheel.
I'm thinking it's like 40%. So that's why I get concerned about it is, why don't you, if there's something I have a great understanding of money and finance, Bob. Love money, love finance. I study it. I've worked in it at a time. I have someone who is an expert give me advice and tell me what to do. I think I know what I'm talking about, but I'm like, I don't trust myself to know more than this guy. Why wouldn't he get somebody and give them the keys and say, you're working for me,
Yeah, one of your biggest things about acquiring players, there's 3 ways to do it: draft, trade, free agency. He's horrible at one of them.
And he is.
In a breaking down thing, that's a third of something
below mediocre. Yes.
Yeah, that's a third of something that's really important. He's better than I think the general concept of Philadelphia is.
Absolutely.
No question.
But Andrew Berry's 34 years old. Yes, he's been around the league a little bit. To call Howie Roseman the best GM in the league, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, that's laughable. It's giggleable.
I can tell you this.
You understand that word? Giggleable?
When it is over the years asking Chris Mortensen. Next time we have Mort on, we'll ask him. He said absolutely in the NFL, amongst his peers, he is considered in a high echelon.
Oh, yeah.
So guys who are sitting in there, there's 32 of those offices. He says, John, the way you Eagle fans talk about Howie Roseman is not the way he's talked about by his peers who understand the job.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
so they know a hell of a lot more than I do, and I go, it makes me doubt because I just look at the drafting, Jamie. I get hung up on it and say, gosh, how many mistakes can you make?
Well, when you tie up your cap, you need the draft picks to come through and alleviate that pressure, and you need a constant pipeline of youth, and they just haven't been able to do that recently.
I feel like this is an analytical argument. Like,
what do you mean?
Analytics always make you out to be like, I'm 5'3". Okay, analytically speaking, I'm 5'7". It's not as bad as it seems. And we're sitting here going, oh, it's not as bad as it seems because Andrew Berry, who, as Bob said, is under 40, loves him and his peers, blah, blah. He can't draft. He struggled the last 4 years to draft. I don't care what his peers think. They don't have a pipeline. I mean, Jamie harps on the Phillies farm system all the time. And for rightfully so, the Eagles don't have a farm system either. I mean, they can't draft. So it's great that he's respected by his peers. Awesome. Draft a team, please. Like, good players.
I think we're all in agreement there. Every one of us is in agreement there. But the thing is, though, Pat.
But I think he's excellent elsewhere.
I believe the 32 guys who are sitting in the offices as general managers, when they point out a guy consistently and say he's one of our best guys,
you have to listen.
They know a hell of a lot more than we
they do.
But I agree with you. It's the drafting thing. I get too hung up on it too.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing. And then
so do I.
When you see stories come out repeatedly from guys that are down there every day that don't paint the most positive picture of a Howie Roseman run Novacare complex, it's hard to listen to some dude in Cleveland, who, by the way, got the job because Howie Roseman probably gave him a glowing.
No. He worked.
He's considered one of the bright young minds.
I understand that, but I'm saying Howie Roseman probably gave him a glowing recommendation, so he's loyal to him.
He was a guy who was going to be a GM before he worked for Howie. Like he's
fast tracked.
This guy was beloved.
I get
Howie Roseman didn't get him his job.
I'm saying Howie Roseman probably gave him a glowing recommendation. He's probably loyal to the guy. I respect that. But
he worked for a bunch of other GMs too, Pat. Like he worked for a bunch of other guys.
And you know where they were?
And he could have named
Cleveland.
them, but he could have named them too.
He could have, but they were Cleveland GMs, so why would he?
Okay. I said I believe people when they, especially peers. If you ask me, who's the greatest radio host in our industry?
Jamie Lynch.
Well, I wasn't going to name. I didn't want to choose between the kids in the room. I would say to you, Dan Patrick. I love Dan Patrick. And that comes from personal experience. It comes from everything. Dan Patrick, flat out. I love what Colin Cowherd does. I don't like his content, but I like what he does. I admire what he's built and I admire what he's done. I don't dig the content, the hot take content. It's not my thing, but I admire the work, and I know what kind of work he puts in.
So
don't ask me about Mike Greenberg.
You're right. If you're going to look for general opinion, you look for the peers and find out what they are. Is Howie spoken highly of? Yeah, it seems like he is.
And the one thing is people make him out like he's a cancer in the building. That's not the reputation. And I've been schooled on that by too many people in and out of that building that is not the reputation. Though he's had scuffles with players, it's not the reputation that he could get you to. He could sell ice to Eskimos.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a simple solution. Just outsource your drafting, and you're very good.
In the linchpin, Jamie thinks he can tell us what's most important.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, it hit me yesterday. I think the most important thing to watch here in the first 2 rounds in their hopefully warm-up practice series is what's the closing unit. when you get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't see the Sixers getting blown out in any games with their defensive capabilities. They're going to be in some hard-fought games and games decided at the buzzer. And if you're playing a Brooklyn, a Milwaukee, a Miami, whoever, those final 3-4 minutes are going to determine the series. And I think Doc's going to toy around a little bit in the first couple series and try and figure out what his best unit is. Whether, if Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle are out there for defensive purposes, how's the offense going to look? If George Hill's replacing Seth Curry because he brings a little more versatility to that unit and a little better defense, how's that going to look? What's Tobias's role if Joel is getting doubled, and how's the offense going to flow through him? I think that's the thing I'm going to be most focused on here in these first 2 rounds is how do they close it out in the final 3-4 minutes, and how long does it take Doc to settle on his grouping?
I will tell you that I believe the Sixers will get blown out at least once before the conference finals.
Really?
There's going to be a game where they just inexplicably get their ass kicked. I think it'll happen.
It's probably more normal than not.
Yeah, it is more normal. We get one of those. I think one of those nights. But I love what you're saying because it's Bob. It's something I've been saying all along. I'm waiting for this team to have gotten into its rhythm and know everybody's role and everything. And I guess now they're waiting till the playoffs to figure it out.
Yeah, and Doc said as much yesterday.
Yes.
He said, look, people say that we have to cut the roster down to 8, the rotation down to 8.
I think he has a lot of options.
And he said, I'm not a believer of that. He said, I won a title in 8, and I played a lot of guys.
He played 10.
He said, this could be a 10, 11. Yeah, I think he's still looking, and I think it's still situational. Look, you play in Washington and Indiana in the first round. Neither one of those teams is great defensively. So that says, okay, if they're not good defensively, why wouldn't I get Furkan Korkmaz some confidence and play him some minutes and see what he does? And maybe it's something I can carry over to a next series or a Tyrese Maxey, whatever it may be. I think you're right, James. The closing lineup, I don't think he's
set on yet at all.
I say 4 out of 5 are probably set, or 3 out of the 5 definitely.
Yeah.
But after that, I think it's going to be situational. I love the fact. I love thinking Matisse Thybulle in there.
Well, if you're playing Brooklyn and Kevin Durant and James Harden are just killing you from deep, I mean, I'm not opposed to putting Thybulle out there for defensive purposes. I mean, they have 3. This team's going to win a title if they can on their defense. They have 3 of probably the top 10 defenders in the NBA. And to think to not use that would be foolish. So I think Doc has to potentially toy with that idea. If I need a Durant stopper, and I do that in quotes because nobody can really stop him, or, maybe Simmons and Thybulle are on the court together, depending on the flow of the game. It's going to be interesting to see.
When Doc won his title in the modern era, so we're talking this century, his team played the most games to win a title. That team, that 2010 Celtics team, they took...
I was going to say, didn't they have 3 Game 7s?
They took... that Celtics team took 26 wins.
Oof.
26 games to win a title.
Oof.
So they went 16 and 10.
They went 7-7, 6-6
wow.
to win a title. So I wonder if that's why he had to play 10 guys. Because he never had the rest. He never had
I never
the
really
easy
thought
series.
about that. I mean, I kind of figured what Jamie said was a little bit of a foregone conclusion. You'd use these 2 series to kind of prepare for the 3rd round and tinker with stuff. I've never been sold on he knows what he's doing with the second unit outside of the starters because of how it ended down the stretch.
Yeah, it's going to be the one. We're going to get a chance to talk to Doc Rivers tomorrow morning.
Looking forward to that.
Here on the Junkie.
Yeah, that'll be. I'll put his ass on the grill and say, "What's your closing unit, Doc?" I think
we're going to make sure that Doc gets plenty of time to talk tomorrow morning.
I think George Hill has a real chance to be in that closing unit.
I totally agree.
But isn't that going to be situational?
Yeah, I think it will be. I mean, if you need defense.
So you're telling me does George Hill being in the closing unit matter by the opponent?
I don't think it does as much. I think, look, Danny Green has old legs.
Yeah.
Seth Curry, defensively, I'd rather go with George Hill. So out of one of those 2, George Hill, I'm leaning towards more. Now, George Hill has old legs also, but they're not as old as Danny Green's this year because he played so late last year and he's played a lot this year.
But if you're only going to have basically Tobias and Joel be your shot makers, then you can kind of concede some other spots to defensive purposes.
I guess I'm seeing...
Because your superstars make your shots at the end.
I believe, to me, just my eyes, and my eyes are not as good at basketball as a lot of other people's. When I watch George Hill, I'm not seeing what everybody else sees.
I think he brings a lot of versatility to that.
Well, he definitely does that. I just don't see the... I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'll fall in love with it in the next 6 weeks. Hopefully I will.
I hear you, and I agree with you that you haven't seen it since with the Sixers.
Yeah.
It's kind of something you have to look at and say, like, he saw something, a bounce pass here, and he was in the lane. It's taking a charge there. It's the way he sets a pick there. It's not stuff that jumps out.
And that's
to you.
where I usually text Bob and say, Bob, well, what are you seeing here? Because the naked eye, Bob picks it up all. Pat, your friends in Carvana are really...
Yeah, you guys
loving you.
talked about George Hill and versatility. Well, they're looking for some versatile people, auto mechanics and auto body pros. And if you're looking for to join a winning team, then you need to check out Carvana because they're hiring in Delanco, New Jersey. I had a chance to go out there last week and meet Kevin, the general manager. He sold me on the family atmosphere and the Carvana revolution. So if you're an auto mechanic or auto body pro, apply today at joincarvana.com. Trust me, you won't regret it.
That is awesome. Reading some of our YouTube folks this morning. Now, again, I always pride myself on just being able to say, I don't know that. I don't someone else may have a better opinion, smarter opinion, whatever. I read Truth and Wisdom, one of our fine, stalwarts here on our YouTube thing. He says, John cares too much about what other people think, and he seems to think that we care. And he uses like the seems and we and puts it in capitalization. Truth and Wisdom. You're smarter than NFL general managers. You think you know more than they do. That's okay. You think you know more than they do. I don't. So that's just it's just a difference of opinion, dude. It's just a difference of opinion. You know it. You know more than NFL general managers. I tend to take people's opinions who are informed and take them into consideration. You don't. It's just a difference of how we do things.
God damn.
Let's just get along. Let's just chill a little bit.
Your opinion, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can have your opinion. And then there are informed opinions. It's just good to take both into consideration. And yes, I do care too much about that stuff, though. You're absolutely right about that. 100% underline.
I love that, but you're right.
No, he's right on. No, he's right on the fact that I do. I put people's opinions that are informed above mine if I think they know more. I just do. I mean, that's odd. In 2021, I know it's odd in America to think that informed opinions might be better than mine. Sitting in my apartment in Ardmore.
Don't put yourself down.
Yeah, it is. I'm brilliant. I could run an NFL team.
Oh, no, you're going too far.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you're right there. Hey, Nick Sirianni, he decided to give the Eagles the easiest offseason in the NFL. What do you think about that? We'll get to it next. It's the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic.
Hey, guys, the play-in tournament, it gives some teams one last shot to make the playoffs. But everyone can bet this round risk-free on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. Doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or already have an account. FanDuel has teamed up with basketball legends Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith to make sure you'll get your money back if you don't win. That's any user, any bet type, any game. You got the 2 games left, Golden State, Memphis, and the big one tonight who will decide who the Sixers play in the first round, Washington and Indy. Kind of like Indy, I think that's who the Sixers are going to have. The play-in tournament is going down this week, and FanDuel just made it even more exciting. It's all part of FanDuel's Play-in Palooza. So if you already have a sportsbook account, just open the app and opt in to claim your risk-free bet. And if you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code Bob to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000, exclusively on FanDuel Sportsbook app. 21 and older and present in Pennsylvania. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. New user risk-free bet for first real money wager only, and refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's John Kincade Show is being presented by Wendy's. At Wendy's, get a classic sausage, egg, and cheese or a classic bacon, egg, and cheese paired with small seasoned breakfast potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas.
As a small business owner, I'm trying to build my business while keeping costs down. So imagine my surprise when I heard Pi Insurance on the radio saying I might be overpaying for workers' comp. Pi said they could save small businesses like mine up to 30% on workers' comp coverage. It sounded simple. So I went to trypi.com, got a quote in 3 minutes, and ended up saving thousands. Pi Insurance is a breath of fresh air. Their team put me at ease by explaining my policy and making sure I only paid for what I needed. It felt great to know I was protecting my employees while saving money. It's easy to see why Pi is rated excellent on Trustpilot by customers. If you're a small business owner, check out Pi Insurance for workers' comp. Ask your agent for Pi or see how much you could save at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Hey, it's Mike Missinelli here for Landis Block and Concrete. There is nothing like having a beautiful backyard. Think of how many things you can do with it. You can sit outside on a nice little patio, have a nice glass of wine, have a few friends over to cook on your Landis Block outdoor kitchen. Turn your backyard into a personal paradise with Landis Block. They're the resource center for all outdoor living. All you need is imagination, space, and a budget. Check out the photo gallery at landisbc.com. That's landisbc.com for Landis Block, jaw-dropping outdoor paradises.
They say if you love something, set it free. At LifeLock, we say, what a load of bull hockey. All that saving up and paying off debt, and now some identity thief wants to set it free? Crazy talk. LifeLock helps monitor your info and alerts you to potential identity threats. If you become a victim, we'll help fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but LifeLock helps you keep what's yours. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com with promo code NEWS.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half, that feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you could pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
It's like I blinked and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce.
Now, my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide, and we're bringing it right when your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
Wendy's frosty-ccino is cold brew with frosty creamer. What does that mean? It means we took rich, smooth cold brew and then added your choice of vanilla or chocolate frosty creamer. Can you say good morning? Or better yet, Wendy's frosty-ccino? It's cold brew with frosty creamer. It's only at Wendy's, and it's delicious. So ditch the stuffy coffee shop and say hasta la vista, barista. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's frosty-ccino and start your morning right.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Looking for a place to watch Sixers playoff action? Join 97.5 The Fanatic and me, Tyrone Johnson, this Sunday for a Sixers playoff viewing party at Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. Catch all the action from the comfort of the Bet River Sportsbook and win great Fanatic and Sixers prizes. For details and updates, go to the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com. Rivers Casino Philadelphia is the official partner and home game headquarters for 97.5 The Fanatic's playoff action. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with UberEats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra250 for more details.
Hey, the Johnsons are coming over Friday. Did you clean the pool?
Done.
Did you prep the steaks?
Already marinating.
Oh, what about the drinks?
On it. I'm going to Total Wine.
Find a white wine Jill hasn't tried. tried yet. Oh, you should make that rum cocktail that Jim likes.
Well, that's why I'm going to Total Wine. They've got more Sauvignon Blancs, Chardonnays, tequilas, and rums. Their selection is amazing.
Oh, I'm coming with you.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, ridiculously low prices. Discover new flavors to make this summer even more fun at TotalWine.com.
Summer means longer days and sometimes longer weekends. Make the most of yours with Memorial Day savings now at the Home Depot. In-store, online, store-wide. Get grilling and saving with a 5-burner Next Grill for only $199. Regularly $249. Save on everything from mulch to mowers. Ready, set, summer. Memorial Day savings. Here now, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done while supplies last.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Come on, one more rep. You got this. 10. There it is. Nice work, man. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I got to tell you, taking Nugenix makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas. The big hurt, right?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is Testofen, which helps boost free testosterone levels and increase lean muscle mass.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Hey, are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves?
Yeah, Nugenix is a great way to increase lean muscle and feel stronger with more energy and endurance.
Man, I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
No problem. You just got to send them a text. Text BICEP to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help get you back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BICEP to 42424. That's BICEP to 42424.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Can we wrap this up? I need to get home in time for General Hospital.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
7 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the Sportsbook app of choice for me, the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. Love those folks. You can download it at parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. And we appreciate you, as they do, being a part of the 7 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show. Truth and Wisdom said thank you for recognizing him as the head of the table. You're one of our most loyal people. I'm trying to think right now, Coach, if I was to go down, if you said up to me at the top of my head, Mr. Snuffy is one of our YouTubers. John Cheeseborough is one. I'm trying to think of the others. Truth and Wisdom, the people on our YouTube feed that we get all the time that are there. Mopar's. I mean, seriously. Mopar gets mentioned as much as Egan on this show.
What do you say, Mo?
There's a Chris Miller that's always
Chris
on there.
Miller,
and Sean Dennis.
Sean, too. So we recognize you and we love you, and thank you very much for being a part of the show. So you can get involved on our Twitch.tv and YouTube. Mike does an incredible job putting that broadcast together for you. So we thank you very much for that. And the phone lines are always open for you if you want to get in. 610-632-0975 if you think you can get by Connor. That's the question. Nick Sirianni met with his veteran players. What came of that meeting and other discussions? The softest NFL offseason approach being taken by any franchise. Some other teams are also loosening up things with their mandatory camp requirements and everything. So it's not only the Eagles that are loosening things up, but Sirianni has decided to punt altogether. Instead, they're going to prepare in the classroom. Teaching will be the strategy. By the way, the teachers, the youngest coaching staff the NFL has seen in forever. Again, I repeat, I do not know if Nick Sirianni is prepared for the challenge. I don't know that he's not. I don't know if he's going to prove his doubters wrong. I admire strength of character and people who try to do it their way when they get the opportunity. But I've got the right to doubt it, and to doubt it sort of completely. Because when you reject common excellence, common practice, instead of just tweaking it, it seems to me a little arrogant. And it seems to me also like it may be a way to try to curry favor with veterans who don't want that obligation, that they feel they can bully the young substitute teacher. Whatever it is, paint me concerned. That's where we begin the 7 o'clock hour with Bob and Jamie and Pat. The coach, Eric Camille. Connor answering your phone calls at 610-632-0975. Mike directing the show here on the John Kincade Show. I'm concerned when a new coaching staff, the most inexperienced NFL coaching staff, by the way, decides, well, we're smarter than the room. We're going to do things that Belichick, Bruce Arians? Wait a minute. You kidding me? The Steelers? What the hell do they know? We're going to do things our way. I'm worried. I am worried. I'm worried.
I don't understand. I
less work.
Like, why? Why aren't you getting to know each other? Why aren't you starting with a grind? Why aren't you getting a rookie, I'll call him a rookie, quarterback as a full-year starter, out there and getting used to everybody? Why are you not building a culture? I don't care about the work on the field and the grind of hitting and all of that stuff. I shouldn't say I don't care.
You care less about that.
I want these guys just together. Get together. More than anything, know your coaches. Coaches, know your players. Figure out what's what. There's a bunch of guys that need to learn who number one is, meaning the quarterback. They need to know who Jalen Hurts is. And I'm sorry, but you don't after 4 games last year.
And you're telling me they believe, no, we're going to do training camp. We're going to do our off-season training far differently than these other clubs. So they believe that they've reinvented the wheel. They're smarter than that. And this is the most inexperienced coaching staff in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say it's going to be wrong because we don't really have any data to back that up yet. It's different. Part of me wants to give it a chance. Like the Belichick way, we'll see what they become now with, post-Brady life. We'll see if it works. I mean, the great debate last year in the NFL, was it Brady or was it Belichick all these years? And this data kind of says it was Brady. So we'll see.
Well, they lost a lot more talent than just Brady.
But,
they lost a ton of talent. It wasn't just Brady.
Would it surprise you if Belichick never wins a Super Bowl again?
No, not at all. But it would surprise me if Belichick ever had a string of 5-win, 6-win, 4-win. That would I see that's where his excellence comes in.
But I can't say it's wrong. Do I not like it on my gut? Yeah, a little bit. But
they're smarter than the room.
I don't know if
they told us. They're smarter than the room.
But I don't know if I can go to that extreme either.
Well,
I don't think it's a cocky thing.
I mean, it's they're doing something different than everybody else.
I like different
in the NFL, and they are the most inexperienced staff in the NFL.
Yeah, I think they're trying something new. And look, if there's one season to try something new, to do this, it's probably this year because it's a throwaway year.
Not a bad theory.
I like the fact that they're kind of currying favor with the vets. What worries me is, do we have another Brett Brown in our hands? Do we have another substitute teacher who, when push comes to shove and it comes time to win games, your vets are going to go, dude, I'm not listening to you. I mean, I control everything.
Every one of these teams has a veterans panel. Veterans that sort of are the liaison between the coaching staff and otherwise. The fact that the Eagles are having the easiest offseason when you've got a quarterback who's totally unproven and you've got the most inexperienced coaching staff in the NFL, to me, Bob, sees, hey, how can we get along? What can we do to have you guys get along and buy into us? You want an easier work schedule? Okay, we'll do it. Well, it just screams of that to me. Mike Tomlin is laughing his ass off at this. Too much. He lets his players have a voice, then he decides what he's going to do.
Well, here's what I was thinking when we all started hearing about this was I was surprised that the veterans didn't go to him and say, and maybe they have or maybe they will, and say, no, we need to put in the work because, you guys are calling it a rebuilding season and you're trying out a new quarterback and you have a rookie wide receiver. We're veterans. We want to win. Or if you're a veteran on a last-year contract, I need to put good stuff on film because I only have 2 more years left and I need a whatever it may be. I can't see veterans saying because of where the Eagles are. I can't see veterans saying no. Let's pull back on the work.
We know what they did though, because he talked to the veterans. So this is exactly what the veterans wanted: less off-season work.
Well, I was, I saw a little bit of the Brandon Graham press conference and the Jason Kelsey press conference, and those are your leaders, your veteran leaders of the offense and defense there, and they looked happy as clams. So I don't know if it's something they wanted. I don't know if way of attacking this is going to be so different that they find it refreshing. I don't know, but they seemed pretty stoked to be
I've never
up there.
I've never seen a new coach where the players behind a microphone have been like, "This is awful. This is terrible." It's always enthusiasm.
Sure.
It's always new start.
Well, if
fresh
there's
start.
anything he's going to bring, it's enthusiasm and energy.
Look, and again, he may end up being Vince Lombardi.
Yeah, we have no idea. I can't wait to see the first game.
I think it's really, really strange when your first move is we're blowing everything up. You mean these are how the winning NFL programs are doing it? Well, we're doing it a different way because we know more than you do.
Well,
we know our way, and our way is going to be better.
It also ring in your head that, okay, wow, they really are rebuilding this season.
And I like that though, Pat. That was a great point though.
Yeah, I probably should have saved it for 8 o'clock, but
this is the year you can do it. But the thing is, if this season goes off the rails, if it goes off the rails, if your first year as an NFL head coach goes bad, NFL head coaches will get gassed after a year. It's happened now. It doesn't happen ultra frequently, but it's happened.
But it hasn't happened here. Jeffrey Lurie's been pretty patient with a lot of his hirings. I mean, Chip Kelly was a disaster, but even he got 4 years. The guy who won the Super Bowl got 4 or 5. I mean, that was short lived. So I mean, you look at his history; he's given guys opportunities and chances.
I'll go NFL Network. The Eagles decision to punt. Now they use punt, which I think sort of editorializing. I think there's something about using that word that sort of skews the argument. It's like
you're conceding,
but they're like sort of saying they're making it does. The Eagles will, on paper, have the easiest off-season for their players. Least obligations, least amount of time that they have to be in the building of all 32 NFL teams. So that, to me, Jamie, is where I'm saying to you is that is them saying, well, we know how everybody else is doing it, but we've got a plan that's better, that we think's better. Well, I love strength of character. I love somebody thinking that they got it. I'm just shocked that you'd have the balls to do that your first year.
Yeah, I mean,
you're rolling the dice because you were a guy who
he's taking a risk.
And he's a guy who nobody thought was going to be an NFL head. Nobody talked about him being he's going to be an NFL head coach this year.
Yeah, but if he's gathered, over his 10, 12 years in the NFL that
thinks it's there.
If he believes in every fiber of his being that maybe taking it easier in the offseason and giving the players the trust to hold themselves accountable is something he believes in, let's find out.
I would think this approach, to me, would be an approach that would be taken by a club with a lot of veterans. A club that has already proven that they've arrived. A club that has already shown, I've been to the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 years. I'm always a contender. I'm a really, really good team. If Bruce Arians said this, if this was Bruce Arians with that Bucs team, if that was a consistent, if this was the Chiefs, if Andy Reid took this approach and just said, everything, we're going to do this, Bob, I'd have no problem with it. I'd say pedigree. These guys have a reputation, and they've achieved something.
I thought the same exact thing earlier. If this was an Andy Reid team, his 6th year here,
yes,
I'd be like, okay.
Andy knows his team.
Donovan McNabb knows exactly what the offense is doing. The defense is all set. Jim Johnson's in charge of that. Like, you're on, I don't want to say on easy street, but you're there where saving the energy isn't a bad idea. I don't necessarily totally understand it, but as Jamie said, it's something different. Maybe it works, but I'd rather have guys in there working.
He's new age. I'd rather have them working too. But once again, I like it when somebody believes that they've got a plan and then tries to implement.
Yeah, right. You'd rather have the guy stick to what he believes in.
Guess what?
Yeah, so
I'd rather have him. I'd rather have him be not be a meek little mouse heading into the job.
Yeah, this is my plan. I believe in, and we're rolling with it. Let's go.
But he is coming in Billy Big Balls right off the bat.
Yeah,
I know what I got. This. I got this.
Look, I'm in agreement with you. I think if this team had a long playoff run, you maybe have this lackadaisical approach. But what I want to see is some of these guys come in out of shape and see how he handles it. Because if you're going to give these guys the release, then all right.
Hey, there's no such thing as a good excuse for not buckling up. Law enforcement is writing tickets, I should say, not checks. They're not giving you checks. They're writing tickets. So why take the risk? Click it or ticket. It's a message brought to you by NHTSA. Sir, do you know you were doing 45 and a 25?
Well, come on, man.
I'm here to give you this check. I'm here to give you this check.
My name's Adam.
By the way, I did run another light this morning.
You're becoming a real bad boy of Ardmore.
Bad boys. Would somebody?
I saw a woman today. She pulled out near Lincoln Drive, halfway through the intersection.
Oh,
and just sat there. And I'm like, lady, at this point, just blow it.
Yes.
I'm going to just give you some life advice, and since no one's listening, I feel like I can do this. You wouldn't do well in prison. So I would stop running red lights because you'd be traded for postage stamps and cigarettes.
It was a stop, full, complete stop. It's the only thing somebody can come in from the right side on Montgomery Avenue, and the light sits for 45 seconds, 50 seconds, when no one's on the road. There's no one in my rear view, no one in front of me, in either way. No one coming on that road. And the light just sits there.
Wait, you could wait 50 seconds to avoid 50 months.
Now to say, well, I don't want that. After you talked about Prison Break, I don't want that. Hey, at Wendy's, get a classic sausage, egg, and cheese or a classic bacon, egg, and cheese paired with small seasoned breakfast potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Bob's already frothing for some breakfast this morning.
I'm starving.
He's starving.
But I don't think I can.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm fasting.
I don't think you can. But Coach Cooney is in the house. Coach Cooney is going to give us a scouting report on the Wizards. So what do we have to be looking for in the Wizards, and if they're potentially the opponent here?
Not much.
I like this.
That's how I'll start it. Not much. I mean, Washington finished the season well. Their last 23 games, they went 17-6. Russell Westbrook went off. He was going crazy. He's grabbing 20 rebounds, dealing 20 assists. Again, finishes the season averaging a triple-double. He is what he is, and it's all his greatness. But everything with them starts and ends with Westbrook and Bradley Beal. And in those two guys, you have vastly different players, but dangerous players, to say the least. Beal can beat you anyway, the leading scorer in the NBA this year. He can hit from outside. He can drive. He can create on his own. He's a guy that you might look at and say, let him have his, and we can live with it. Sixers might take that attitude. It might be, well, let's try to shut him down a little bit and let Westbrook get his. Whatever it may be, those two are going to combine for 50 to 60, 75 points, 70 points a game, somewhere in there. The key is what's going to happen with the rest of this team. So here's just a little example. In their game against Boston in the first play-in game, they had those two play pretty much the whole game and do what they did. They combined for something like 43 of the 90 shots that the team took. Their other three starters, nobody played more than 17 minutes.
Really?
They're searching. They just don't know. After those two guys, they just don't know what they have. And that's going to be a real bit of a real problem. Another problem they have is Beal and Westbrook, for as much as they have to do and are expected to do, they turn the ball over an awful lot, to the tune of, between the two of them, 8 a game. And that's a lot. So that's something in the Sixers' favor. What Washington's going to look to do, particularly with those two guys, they're going to look to outscore you. They averaged some pretty good points down the stretch for the season, but they give up the most points allowed in the NBA at 118.5. So you can score on them. Again, it comes back to Westbrook and Beal. One of the things that you have to watch out for is, because they're looking for someone else to give them spark, the two of the guys they get it from, and they're looking to get it from, are former processors.
Oh, God.
And Raul Neto.
That's ironic. Look at that.
I hated Raul Neto. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So, Raul Neto is not a former processor. That's unfair.
He was kind of post-processed.
They actually thought he could help them win a championship.
Oh,
really? Because he was so bad. I just considered him.
He stunk.
He was so.
He's no Adonis Thomas, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, does he have a little son? Can he give you 10, 12 minutes as a point guard in the league? Sure, I guess. But that's where Washington is.
Sure, I guess.
I guess. But the big thing, like I said to you, against Boston, they took the two big guys, Westbrook and Beal, took 43 of the 92 shots. They combined to be a minus 39 in that game. Bradley Beal is hurting. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, John. Just watching some highlights of him in the game last night, he's not moving nearly the way he can. And when you have that hamstring, that leg injury, a lot of times it bothers you straight forward running, obviously, when you're trying to stretch it out. I saw a couple of times in that game in rewatching that his lateral movement was even conflicted a little bit because of this hamstring. all in all, if you do get the Washington Wizards, if somehow tonight they beat the Indiana Pacers, which I don't think they're going to do, but if they do, Sixers in 4.
There you go. Wow, I like that.
Yeah, and I really do. They just pose no threat to me at all. They can't stop Joel Embiid a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, Sixers in 4. It's a sweep.
So there is the Washington scouting report. If you tune in next hour, you'll hear the Indiana scouting report, and I think you've heard it right there.
Might have to go play some bets on a sweep.
probably suck.
Oh.
I think that's in
Bob
order.
just told you something that maybe you'll get better odds before more people start jumping on here.
Yeah, I got some funny money from my Steph Curry prop last night.
And that was easy?
I thought it was
not easy.
Well,
not easy.
They boosted him from minus 165 to plus 220 for more points, assists, and rebounds than LeBron. And I was like, this seems like a trap, but I took it, and it
that
wasn't.
Did seem like a trap.
By the way, Steph's over-under last night, 36.5, 37 points.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
It's ridiculous.
Connor had Memphis giving 4.5 last night. They wound up winning by 4, giving up a kind of a late bucket.
I am hoping we're going to be able to do, when we go out to Vegas, do the behind the scenes. The behind the scenes, just to see and you observe. And you don't even get to go, you can't like walk between cubicles. You can't, but you can observe the areas where all the people behind the scenes are calculating the lines and doing all this stuff. It's freaking amazing.
I want to look these cowards in the face.
It's amazing. No, they don't even. And guess what? They've been wiped. They're like black.
Yeah, they're soulless.
They're like blacklisters.
They're soulless.
They honestly, they've given these people like secret identities. They live in a bunker because they just look like.
Their names are James Smith. They have no family.
I can tell you this though, they look like Ivy Leaguers.
Bunch of Andrew Berries.
They look very much like they're going to work to decide either. Is there going to be a real estate deal done today or something? It's amazing.
We talked about aliens yesterday on the show. Now we know where they are.
Yeah, by the way, I did watch the whole report last night, Jamie, thanks to you. It was really well done, the aliens thing on 60 Minutes.
Oh, okay.
It was very well done.
You buy it?
No, I mean, I don't know how about this. I don't buy that it's aliens, but I do buy that, I guarantee, they I mean, what they saw and what they're speaking of, but they have no idea if it's aliens.
No.
I believe
but it's an abnormal moving.
I believe it's secret aircraft. And there are numerous incidents.
Iron Man.
There are numerous incidents where the U.S. has flown in experimental aircraft at night.
Mm-hmm.
And in the past, when people have noticed it, when commercial airliners have seen it and gone, we think we've seen aliens. And it ends up, we find out years later what it was.
This sounds like something that an alien would say.
Could you be an alien?
Oh, no, you're to put this on me? No,
that would explain a lot.
That would be the deflection. If I was the alien,
Exactly.
I'd be trying to make you the alien.
Exactly.
You know what? I'd be most likely to be an alien.
Yeah, no,
both of you would explain a lot.
I think you're going to get arguments.
most likely to be an alien. I think that would work. Well, if load management is such a big deal, why don't we insert it into other situations here in town? We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic.
Not too many things in life come risk-free, but if I offered you something, would you take it? It's Eric Camille, and Twin Spires Sportsbook is now live in Pennsylvania, and they've got an unbelievable offer for you. New players can download the Twin Spires app now and unlock a risk-free bet up to $1,000. Just use promo code FREE1000, and you can bet with the Kentucky Derby of Sportsbooks right from your phone, right in the palm of your hand. Bet on all the major sports risk-free for 7 days when you download the Twin Spires Sportsbook app and use promo code FREE1000. Download PA's newest online sportsbook today and get a 100% profit boost on all NHL playoff games, NBA playoff games, the PGA Championship, which starts today in South Carolina, baseball, soccer, and a lot more. It's a great time to be a sports betting fan. Download the new Twin Spires Sportsbook app and bet today. Must be 21 and physically present in Pennsylvania to bet. Void where prohibited. For terms and conditions, visit twinspires.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
God, I am so sick of this crap.
Is this the show?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions not available in all areas. If you run a small business, you know that dealing with workers' comp insurance can be tedious and costly. But Pi Insurance is changing that, and founder John Swigert is here with me to tell us how.
At Pi, we saw that small businesses needed a better way to handle their workers' comp coverage. So we built Pi Insurance from the ground up for them. We make getting workers' comp a no-brainer with simple online shopping. Best of all, we're helping them save up to 30%.
And the reviews say it all.
That's right. Pi Insurance is rated excellent on Trustpilot by our customers. They tell us we're fast, affordable, and easy to work with.
Thanks, John. Bottom line here is that if you run a small business, you can say goodbye to expensive, complicated workers' comp and discover the next generation of small business insurance. Why not see if Pi can save you up to 30%? Ask your agent for Pi or check your rate today at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
What's up, Philly? It's Tyrone. The world is inching back to normalcy, but our approach to educating our children may never be the same. Commonwealth Charter Academy, or CCA, has nearly 20 years of experience providing a flexible, stable online education in the comfort of your home. Enroll today at ccaeducate.me. Here are the benefits to your children and your family. 1. World-class education and accredited lesson plans streamed directly into your home at no cost to you. 2. Laptops, headphones, and high-speed internet access all provided at no cost to you. And 3, a learning environment completely free from classroom risk like bullying and other distractions. CCA has been in our community long before this health crisis and will continue to faithfully serve students and families well into the future. Join the more than 2,500 students from Philly who already attend CCA. Enroll now at ccaeducate.me.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half? That feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you could pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
I'm Dr. Baker, an ER physician. If you're having leg pain, swelling, or redness, but haven't talked to your doctor yet, don't wait. This could be deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot which could travel to your lungs and lead to a pulmonary embolism, which could cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing and be deadly. Your symptoms could mean something serious, so don't wait. Talk to a doctor right away, by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hello, this is your apartment. I need some favors from you. Your cat keeps rubbing against the kitchen island, and I can't return the favor. Can you give her extra pets for me? After that, could you bundle your renters and car insurance with Geico? We could save money, and it's easy to do online. And one last thing. Could you leave the TV on during the day? I need to catch up on my soaps.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
Summer, it's almost here, but Memorial Day savings are already at the Home Depot. In-store, online, store-wide. Like 5 bags of garden fresh mulch for just $10. Save on everything from flower beds to a fresh coat of paint. From power tools to ceiling fans. Ready, set, summer. Memorial Day savings, here now, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limit 75 bags per customer. Color selection varies by store. While supplies last, continental U.S. only.
Hey, if you're having trouble squeezing into last year's summer clothes, it's probably time to do a juice cleanse with Squeeze.com.
If you've never done one before, a 1 to 3 day cleanse with Squeeze.com is a great kickoff to a weight loss campaign. You can lose inches, eliminate bloat, and feel more energetic.
And it's so easy. Just go to Squeeze.com, order before 1 p.m. You'll get same-day delivery by 9 p.m. Now, if you're on the road all day, jumping from job site to job site, Squeeze.com is delivered in a nice cooler bag. Just throw in an ice pack, and you're good to go all day. That's Squeeze.com. Click Mike and Natalie in the drop-down at checkout.
Looking for a place to watch Sixers playoff action? Join 97.5 The Fanatic and me, Tyrone Johnson, this Sunday for a Sixers playoff viewing party at Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. Catch all the action from the comfort of the Bet River Sportsbook and win great Fanatic and Sixers prizes. For details and updates, go to the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com. Rivers Casino Philadelphia is the official partner and home game headquarters for 97.5 The Fanatic's playoff action. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you're injured on the job, you need someone who will fight for you, someone who can stand up to the insurance companies, and someone who knows the laws in Pennsylvania. Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. They wrote the book on workers' compensation in Pennsylvania, and they will fight for you. Visit PAWorkinjury.com now. That's PAWorkinjury.com. When you're hurt at work, turn to the team you can trust. With offices in Center City, Bristol, and Malvern, our attorneys are ready to listen and give you the justice you deserve. Call or click today. Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
Westland Financial Corp is licensed by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Banking. NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Warning. If you don't laugh listening to the John Kincade Show, you might end up with resting Bob face.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on a Thursday. That means Wendy's will be in the house eventually. At Wendy's, you can get a classic sausage, egg, and cheese or a classic bacon, egg, and cheese paired with small seasoned breakfast potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
I'm eating Bob's today.
Okay, if Bob does have to, if he has to get, a little blood pulled, so he can't do this. So Jamie, we will try to be respectful. Pat, don't munch right in Bob's face the buttery, delicious biscuit. If you have one of those, with the delicious chicken on it,
I'm gonna rub that biscuit all over my face and call myself a bitch. Right in front of Bob.
There you go.
Interesting.
Just in front. Or if you're having one of those slightly with a little tinge of salt and peppery feeling, those crispy potatoes, Jamie, don't crunch them around Bob.
Okay.
Because he is a little hungry this morning.
Can't do anything about it. It's great.
Sorry. We just want to be good for our partner
I can
here.
tell.
We want to be really we're taking care of Bob. We're really.
I'm not usually hungry in the morning.
We're really
and today
jerks
I'm
to each other.
Look, I didn't schedule this doctor's appointment today.
Yeah,
he did.
Bob was disrespectful to Wendy's.
Yeah, there's Monday, there's Tuesday, there's Wednesday, there's Friday.
They gave me the
as I was
appointment.
saying incorrectly, there was for a few weeks. There was Monday, Tuesday. There was those two. Monday, Tuesday. But hey, if load management is truly something worthwhile and provides great benefits, then why are we not employing it with a guy like JT Realmuto? I'm most certainly not advocating for this because JT in the lineup is a fantastic thing. But if you're a believer in load management, it's got to work and it's got to happen. Continuing to play him as often as he does behind the plate has historical, provable detriment to his long-term Major League Baseball career. So why wouldn't you want to roll back the odometer a little bit? It is now almost the dawn of the universal DH, which is going to help. I'm a guy who hears the whole load management stuff, and I tend to roll my eyes. Again, because there is no definitive science to it. LeBron plays 82. Someone else plays 68 because they say they have to. If the modern day athlete is somehow less able to handle the rigors of an NBA schedule when the players are better conditioned than ever before, I'm going to translate it to Major League Baseball. They're playing 162, and catcher is by far the most shortened lifespan of a Major League Baseball player. Do you know the second, Jamie Lynch, just quickly question, do you know the second?
Most physically strenuous?
In Major League Baseball.
Outside of pitchers?
Outside. Pitchers out of the
Okay.
Position players. Catcher is the one with
shortstop.
Center field.
Huh.
Then shortstop. That's very good. By the way, I'll thank the ESPN Stats and Information.
I like that. Okay.
I'm thinking of long term with JT. Maybe not this year, but we'll have a universal DH. But isn't it time we started to consider a little more time off for him? If this load management thing, the little nicky injuries with him are starting to add up.
They are, and it gets scary. And we've talked about him maybe first base, DH if it ever comes in, filling in here and there. I said yesterday, I think maybe you have this year, although he's been out for a little while. I thought this year might have been a 135 year that you could get out of him. Maybe another year also because of the way he wanted to play last year. But yeah, when these little nicks start happening, those things usually start happening when you hit around that 30-year mark.
And that's why the 5-year contract to me was ridiculous.
Yeah, so
but it's where I want to worry about this because when he's in the lineup, it's a much better team.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a much better, it truly is.
Yeah, I mean, the hope with him is he's kind of a physical freak for the position in terms of being more of an athlete than a catcher in the way he runs and all that. I just looked at Yadier Molina's, career stat line, and he was pretty consistently, 135 to 140 a year, even up to, he's still doing it. He did 123 2 years ago, 115. So, maybe that 120, 125
he is the
number.
Absolute outlier, though.
Probably, yeah.
No, in the modern era, he's the absolute outlier.
But I think you give JT that chance to see if he can match that, and maybe now he's telling you maybe I need to dial it back a little. I would say 125 is a good number for him.
Does this mean Rhys Hoskins has to go at the end of the year, Pat?
No, not at all. Because
when a universal DH, we're in agreement.
Yeah.
That next collective bargaining agreement, there will be a universal DH. Players Association wants it. They're going to fight for that. I don't think the owners will fight against it.
Great.
So if Rhys Hoskins is on this team, what are we doing?
He starts at first base.
Okay, so then you can...
You do have a log jam with 3 guys.
Your universal DH is probably going to be, you're able to kind of sit them without sitting them because of the DH spot.
So
you have the luxury.
So some days you give Hoskins the day off, he's the DH.
And then he's the DH. Some days you give Realmuto.
Realmuto plays DHs.
Maybe catches 85 games, something like that. 80 games.
I would want him catching more than that.
Well, but they have a very competent backup in Knapp who calls a really good game. So
don't ask Andrew Salchunas that.
I've tried to talk him down from that stance.
I have no idea.
Because I used to hate Knapp. I'm a reformed Knapp hater.
He doesn't.
Yeah, because he was taking over Cody Bellinger, and I couldn't get over that.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the best draft pick in the world, but for a backup catcher,
he's really good.
Yeah, I mean, he calls a really good game.
Good. Yeah.
He gives you virtually not a lot at the plate.
Missed one last night. Ugh!
He did, yeah. I am of the belief that Alec Boehm, you have 3 years to learn how to play third base.
Yeah, he better get better.
I'm going to live and die with him. But
so
he's
you're
not
going to live and die with him as your third baseman.
He's not going to get better if I take him out. He's not going to get better if I try to throw him at first base. See what he's got. Last night, you had a line drive went off his glove. He kind of looked a little awkward going at it. Would have been a nice play for a third baseman. I don't want to say it's a play that he should have made.
Could have,
but could have, and I have more confidence that he wouldn't make it. So, no, I need him to learn the position, and I'm okay that in the future, you're going to have Hoskins and Realmuto doing a lot of DHing with the other one maybe playing first base.
Do you believe you've seen improvement from Alec Boehm at third base?
Slightly.
Pat?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's nearly as bad as you guys make him out.
He's not good.
Wait a minute, though. We're not taking it to the extreme.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
You guys said you said he was the worst third baseman you'd ever seen.
No, I said Rhys Hoskins is the butcher.
Oh, he is the
butcher.
By the way,
Bryce Harper, what the hell was that last night?
Some guys struggle, John.
What the hell was that?
He's not reading anything.
I mean,
right.
seriously, what's going on?
He missed some cookies.
What's going on? I mean, his defense is subpar.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's suboptimal. He's a young man.
Which is weird. It was good the first 2 years.
He's a young man in his prime. And there should be none of this. It's a vision thing, Bob?
I think he's hurt.
What would that have to do with his eyes?
What does that have to... Yeah.
It's his eyes.
I don't know.
He broke the wrong way on a ball. He broke back on a ball.
Well, he's done it a couple times so far.
That's funny.
My eyes is what I'm wondering.
Well, do you wonder if he's hurt and Jamie says he's hurt? If you're hurt, you're not moving as fast as you want to, or you can't throw
your
as
body's
well
not where
as you
your
want
eyes think they should be.
Right, but where do you want to go first? You want to shorten everything.
Yes.
So when a ball's hit, I want to go back because I don't want to have to throw. I want to have to come up on a ball because I don't want to throw it that far.
Right.
So I guess his first reaction is every time a ball's hit near me, I'm breaking back, and maybe that's due to the injury.
I think he's a grinder, and even if he's hurt, he's probably one of those guys that I'll play through it for the sake of my team. And sometimes it's like, well, dude, you should probably.
Do you admire the grinder? I've always admired it. And
yes,
and I've been told by how many athletes over the years that's so stupid.
Yeah.
The guys hurt their teams by not wanting to come out. But as a fan,
yeah, you love it.
I admire the guy.
I'm like 75-25 like it, but that 25 is like, all right, dude, well, you're not really bringing much to the table here.
But his bat's been good.
I like it in principle.
Yeah.
But what you guys just said, you get in there and you rarely help the team.
It goes back to the Cal Ripken thing.
Well, Cal Ripken.
It's like, really?
Don't even get me started.
Should he be playing every day when he was hurting and you had other things going on? But is it admirable? I don't mind as a manager being able to write a name in there.
Did you read that book on that streak that he had days, and in his book, where he had days where someone else had to tie his cleats?
Yeah,
you shouldn't play, but you still go out there because of that number.
Yeah.
So you couldn't, in the locker room, bend over to tie your own cleats. You were having that much pain that day.
Yeah, I called BS on that.
Oh, so you think it's one of those stories?
Yeah, you can't bend over to tie your cleats?
I think it was verified by teammates.
Well, then how the hell is he bending over to grab a baseball?
He's going to be out there.
The game adrenaline gets you, I guess.
I guess Toradol.
That's weird because I'm very torn where I admire it so much, the grinder. Like, to me, I look at that and say, man, that's impressive.
Yeah.
This guy wants to work every day, wants to play every day.
And that's Bryce. He's gonna play through injury. To the most that he can. But it can be detrimental, yeah.
And it can be detrimental to the team, too.
Absolutely.
Well, you'd always want a grinder opposed to somebody who calls out with, like, the weirdest excuse in the world. And it's like, at that point, you go, that person just doesn't want to work.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have the person who does want to be in there, does want to work, than the person who calls out.
Totally.
I think it seems like that would be the strategy.
Yeah.
What? In the linchpin, Daryl Morey has a suggestion for the Sixers.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, so Daryl Morey had a tweet that went out, I want to say last Friday, Thursday maybe, and I kind of been stewing on it, and I heard Andrew and Cuz get into, should Brett Brown ring a bell during the playoffs? And I went, no, he shouldn't.
No.
But the guy Daryl Morey thinks should give the bell a ring, I support. I think it would be a cool way to bridge the relationship back to not horrible. And it's Sam Hinkie. Now, look, Sam worked under Daryl in Houston. They have a personal friendship and relationship. But I think it would be a cool way to repair what shouldn't have been a fractured relationship. And I think Sam loves Joel Embiid and where they are right now. I think it would be a cool thing, and I'm not one of these Hinkie Brigade turbo nerds.
I was surprised Anthony's such a cult member. I mean, he is a full-blown cult member.
I mean, look, it's the best Sixers team I've seen in my lifetime, so it's hard not to.
Not him. Not
Anthony.
That's what Sixers huge. Not even close.
So I support Sam Hinkie coming in. I don't know if the team would to ring the bell. I think it would be pretty cool. What do you guys think?
I'm biased. I hated the whole thing, so no.
So you're out.
No, I'm out.
Bob?
I would love to see it.
Wouldn't it be cool? That place would go nuts.
The place would go nuts.
Joel would go nuts.
There might be some backlash. Like, there might be some non-processors in there that might
Why would the place go
kind
nuts?
of boo. Because there's a lot of, well, look what they are.
Yeah.
And if you are honest, it's the result of what he did. I think it would be, I don't think Sam would do it.
Yeah, he seems pretty.
He's not the guy looking for the accolades.
But if Daryl called him and was like, Sam, come, man, enjoy the fruits that you bared.
Now, did you say that Morey put it out there?
He put it on Twitter.
Yes.
That it would be cool for Sam to come ring it.
So that almost tells me it's arranged.
That surprises me. I would be shocked knowing Hinkie the way I do if he would do it.
I would be too, from what I've heard from you and Anthony and some others that have, had personal relationships with him. I think it would be phenomenal. I really do.
I would love it. I don't think he'll do it. But I'm all in favor of that. I'm all in favor of having Brett Brown ring the bell. But, bringing those guys back and showing appreciation for what they were able to do. Look, I'm not the biggest Brett Brown guy, but he was the bridge to get you to where they are. And with Sam, I think it would invigorate Joel.
Yeah,
I think it would really get him pumped for the game.
I think you're right there. Joel loves Sam Hinkie. It would be cool.
We're getting John on board. I can see it in his face. We're getting John.
I think you are.
No, I mean...
Well, John, let's play a game. Adonis Thomas or Sam Hinkie?
Oh, well, Adonis. I mean, come on. No, I get that it's a complex discussion.
I just think it would repair a relationship that should have never gotten to where it did.
I absolutely could have taken that business model and completed it.
And then we can have Barb Bettini the next night.
Yeah, Babs. Get
because
Babs
she
in
got
there.
Brian fired.
But
Allegedly.
then it would have been text night, though.
The ultimate scenario would
she can
be...
text it in her bell ring.
Have they ever done that here, by the way?
What?
Have they ever done text night at the game? Where they put the texts up on the Jumbotron?
Oh, not that I'm aware of, no.
Yeah, they have text night.
That sounds real dangerous for the city.
I would like to do, for the John Kincade show, a Tinder night where we give singles tickets and they come on out and we have a Tinder section.
Oh, you just got Connor's attention.
Could very well work. You know, I mean, it's just a little action.
The ultimate scenario would be if they win a championship this year, opening game next year, Sam Hinkie comes back and rings the bell. Like, if you do it now before anything's really been accomplished.
Correct.
If we're looking at it in the...
Yeah,
I think it would be cool to bring him back. And if they brought him back for this playoff, I wouldn't have a problem with it at all. I think the ultimate thing, though, would be opening night after winning a championship.
Yeah, let's not forget this.
That would be cool.
The floor of expectation, the absolute floor.
Yeah, nothing's been won yet.
Is getting to the conference finals.
Sure.
That's the basement. So you don't bring Sam Hinkie should not show his face.
It's not my idea. It's Daryl Morey's.
No, I guess, and
I just support it.
It tells me that Daryl Morey knows that this has already been discussed.
That's a good point, though. If like, I don't want to waste the Sam Hinkie juice.
You can't have it early.
First two rounds.
Because they haven't accomplished a damn thing.
No, you save it for the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's what I'm saying. You save for this, but like, who are you getting then?
Game
Ben
1.
John's on board.
Game 1, Eastern Conference Finals, bell ringer.
If he comes in for the Eastern Conference Finals, you okay then?
No, because just getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, get to the NBA Finals. I think I'd maybe understand with all of your passion for the man. If it was NBA Finals, I think I'd be
Let's
more
work our way up. Let's have Johnny Davis ring the bell in Game 1, and then like Jaleel Okafor in Game 2. You just work. You slowly build to Sam Hinkie.
Yeah, Nerlens thinks he's Defensive Player of the Year.
I know that. I know that.
He was a Sixer for 12 minutes.
I saw Zoo has rung the bell.
I think I have claim.
Has Ala Abdunabi done it?
I'm sure he has.
He has.
I think I have claim as the worst person to ever ring the bell.
You rang the bell?
We did it. Anthony. Bob was there with us, but didn't want to do it. He gave it to me.
It's not that I didn't. There was 4 of us there from the... So you're not the worst. There was 4 of us. And...
The 4 of you were
Then
the
I'm
worst.
second worst.
Wait a minute.
Yeah!
They let you ring the bell?
Yeah, the morning show. So they did 3 rings, and I said, you guys go ahead and have it.
Okay, that's a freaking awesome thing
It was cool.
to do.
It was awesome.
Okay, that's an awesome experience.
But I'm going to put in my LinkedIn profile, worst person to ever ring the bell.
I've never heard this.
But you're not.
I've never heard
Close.
this, Pat.
I'm sorry we forgot to tell you. Probably because you were talking.
Jamie and I aren't braggers.
The amount of nonsense that you guys blather about 24/7.
Well, it's something that he's not proud of.
By the way, before the show, in the hour before the show, I think I say 3 sentences, and you guys never breathe.
Not even close.
You guys never breathe. Stop breathing. You don't come up for air.
That is not even accurate. Oh,
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What color is the sky in the world you live in?
It's blue. Before the show,
I only say 3
sentences. You guys
Well,
are
no,
into
'cause
these,
we're out
and you are
walking and
you
stuff.
guys are constantly just all I think. I'm sitting here working. I don't even walk with you guys.
Totally.
And you guys are like, and then it'll be who's closer to Pat's steaks, which I got last night, all night long, like 2 teenage girls.
You didn't want that argument in your phone?
No.
We'll start
You
it
were
back up.
adamant about it yesterday, so
And
I
by
had
the
to
way,
clear it up.
I thought you still ended up being.
No, I hit it wrong. I'm 16.1. He's 12.1. He's 12.2.
I will say this though is I was disappointed. I'm going to say it wrong. I will say this. I was slightly disappointed in Bob last night.
Oh.
Reason being why Bob doesn't get into the idiot discussions that we tend to get into. Bob tends to vacate the idiot discussion. Bob tends to be like, seriously, you guys are arguing about this? And we get into some stupid crap around here.
Yeah, you
tend
do.
you tend to be the one who sits out.
I want to be more like you guys.
No, you don't. You want to be less like us every day. You prefer.
No, that's not true.
But it was surprising because I've never seen Bob. We can get into Jamie and Pat and I. All right, can get into minutia idiotic stuff.
So I cannot stand putting furniture together.
Okay.
I can't stand
Don't
it.
ever go to Satan's highway up there.
Oh, I hate it. And my wife will do it for hours and hours and hours on end. So she's doing it last night. I went and helped a little bit, but then she's kicking me away because I have no patience. So I'm sitting there and I have nothing to do. And so I texted Pat and I said, Pat, what's your address? And he sent it to me. So I checked out the distance from Pat's house to Pat's Steaks, and then I checked out the distance from my house. And Pat is closer by 1/10 of a mile. And I just felt like
but out of the way.
I had to put it out there.
I literally have to pass the
just
station to go to Pat and then circle back.
But that wasn't the question yesterday. The question was who's closer.
You're wrong. You're still
and
wrong.
You're closer.
No, you're still wrong.
I'm not wrong. How am I wrong?
According to the text message you sent, you're wrong.
No.
I worded it
Technically,
incorrectly.
Bob's right.
No, he's not.
Bob is right.
Who is closest? If you say who is closest to a place.
No.
Yes. They're simple, Pat.
John, it's not simple because he sent a text message saying that he was 12 points.
Yeah, but he wrote it wrong. He worded it wrong.
According to who? According to him.
I'll pull it up on my phone right
According
here.
to him.
Okay, check this out. Coach can be the arbiter. Coach needs to be the arbiter of the two addresses. See,
You lose. Good day, sir.
We will check this out and find
This
out.
might be our low point. This might be the dumbest conversation.
No,
we've had way worse than that.
We've done worse.
Oh,
Not the dumbest today.
It's the dumbest today. It
We
may
had
be
something like 2 days ago that was
It
ridiculous.
may be the dumbest of
Oh, we did talk about tripping on cat pee, so that was pretty low.
Yeah, it's
what was
dumb.
that called? Cheese?
Cheesing. We've had some pretty dumb. You're right.
there's some dumb
I got to walk that one
Most
back.
of it starts and ends with you.
I mean, if there's a Mount Rushmore of, if we could do a show on the... No, we won't be doing that, but...
Let's get it on the poll.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's check that on out. All right, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Obviously not Wendy's breakfast, though, at the moment.
No, I've been emailed. It's close. Cowper has emailed. He was waiting on pickup.
Come on, Mr. Cowper.
I think I'm going chicken biscuit today.
You think you are?
Yeah.
We'll see.
nice.
I think Cowper's going to surprise us this morning with something like he's getting some really heavy sandwiches. Can't wait for it, Bob. You're not going to miss anything. Just buttery, flaky goodness.
What an idiot.
Scheduled blood work today.
You got blood work on Wendy's day?
What a loser. Buttery, flaky goodness.
You nerd.
If there's one of those croissant sandwiches in there, I may lose a finger. I've been waiting for it all day long.
It's going to be good. I can
Look
taste it
forward to that.
already.
We'll have Coach Cooney's scouting report coming up on the Pacers, and you've already been told he thinks the Pacers are coming at it tonight. So look forward to that coming up around 15 minutes past the next hour. But coming up, I'm begging this franchise to turn the page. But I'm also then saying to you, what else needs to have the page turned from it? We'll get to that in the second half of the John Kincade Show. Ricky Patalico at 9 here on The Fanatic. The Parks Casino Sportsbook app gives you such great availability to be able to get in on that in-game wagering, which is fantastic. How about this one for you tonight? You've got the Phillies taking on Miami. Very slight favorite. Bet $129 to win $100 on Phillies, so that's not bad. But Vince Velasquez, he's been pretty awesome. The Washington Wizards are 3.5-point favorites tonight. Winner of that game is going to be facing your Sixers. You've heard Bob say he likes Indiana. He'll tell you about it coming up in a few moments. We've got some lines for Saturday. Milwaukee, -5 versus Miami. Line came down 1.5 last night, so people are moving towards the Heat. Look, these are the kind of things you can do. And the Knicks 1.5-point favorites over Atlanta. Make sure you get on in. Use the risk-free bet of up to $500. Download the app or click parkscasino.com/PA and use promo code FANATIC. You'll absolutely love it. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air?
Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's John Kincade Show is being presented by Wendy's. At Wendy's, get a classic sausage, egg, and cheese or a classic bacon, egg, and cheese paired with small seasoned breakfast potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Imagine feeling the freedom of 20/20 vision without the hassle of foggy glasses and contacts. Well, thanks to the LASIK Vision Institute, that freedom could be yours. If you want LASIK, then the LASIK Vision Institute has officially taken away everything standing in your way. At the LASIK Vision Institute, we're now offering $1,000 off our Wavelight laser if you're treated in May. That's $500 off per eye. Go to LASIK.com to see this offer and see if LASIK is right for you. Plus, LASIK has never been more convenient. The procedure typically only takes 15 minutes, and most patients can get back to work the next day. The LASIK Vision Institute offers the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology, and our expert medical teams have performed over 1.3 million procedures. Technology and experience, all more affordable than you might imagine, especially with $1,000 off, $500 off per eye. Go to LASIK.com today to schedule your free consultation and start feeling the freedom of better vision. Must mention this promotion and be treated in May of 2021 to qualify. $1,000 off for both eyes on standard Wavelight price, $500 off for one eye. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at LASIK.com.
Hey, are you tired of dealing with your old drafty windows and doors in your house? Well, it's time you finally go Guida, my good friends. At Guida Door and Window will help make your window and door replacement project more affordable with their buy one, get one half off sale. That's right. For every door or window you buy, you'll get the second one at 50% off. And you can mix and match these savings to suit your own needs. You can buy an entry door, you'll get half off a storm door. You can buy a patio door, you'll get 50% off a window. Need to replace all the windows and doors in your house? Then you'll save 50% on half of your project. The more you need, the more you save. Plus, Guida is making it easier for you to afford your project with no money down and interest-free financing up to 18 months. Act now. The offer is for a limited time only. Restrictions apply. For full details, call Guida today and schedule a free, no-obligation in-home estimate. The number, 1-877-GO-GUIDA. Online, GoGuida.com. That's go, G-U-I-D-A.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble? No one likes that. We can get you set up for the warmer temps ahead. Let's start with a free battery test. If you're just in need of a charge, we can help with that too. And if it's time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2019.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half? That feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you can pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Napa know-how. Why get a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $27.99? Great question. Do you like getting $10 prepaid gift cards? Do you enjoy your car working? Do you love being called a genius? Who doesn't? Pick up Mobil 1 for $27.99 and get a $10 gift card. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General states pricing. Sales prices not include applicable state and local taxes or recycling fees. Offer ends 5/31/21.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision.
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One NA member FDIC.
Summer, it's almost here, but Memorial Day savings are already at the Home Depot. In-store, online, store-wide. Like 5 bags of garden fresh mulch for just $10. Save on everything from flower beds to a fresh coat of paint. From power tools to ceiling fans. Ready, set, summer. Memorial Day savings, here now, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limit 75 bags per customer. Color selection varies by store. While supplies last, continental U.S. only.
Has this ever happened to you? It's late at night and your dog needs to go. So you open the door and they disappear. You can't see where they're going or where they've gone to go. It's enough to scare the mess out of you. Hi, it's Mike Missinelli for Farron Electric. You know, your poop light specialist. The poop light can be installed anywhere in your backyard so you can watch your dog go in a whole new light. Learn more at FarronElectric.com. That's FARRYN Electric.com.
Ready for cash back? Get 1.5% unlimited cash back with the Citadel Cash Rewards MasterCard. And for a limited time, enjoy a 0% intro annual percentage rate for 9 months. Visit citadelbanking.com/intro. Terms and conditions apply.
Wake up with Wendy's $3 Classic Breakfast Deal. Our small seasoned potatoes with your choice of classic breakfast sandwich, all for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. No substitutions. Breakfast Baconator excluded.
Say hello to happy, healthy hair at Ulta Beauty's gorgeous hair event happening right now. Get hair care happy with 50% off hair care essentials from brands like Hot Tools and Living Proof. And get wow-worthy hair with unbeatable deals on shampoo and conditioner pairs from brands like Redken. Longer sunny days just mean more time to show off your new style. Hurry. This event ends May 29th. Discover your best hair yet. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Today, I'm taking it to the streets to give people the good news. Oh, excuse me. Hello. I'm Flo from Progressive. And did you know...
No, I'm just waiting for the bus.
So then you have time to hear about how with Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance.
Yeah, if I was interested in talking to you, which I'm not.
Okay, I'll do the talking and you just check if you can be saving, which is going to be pretty hard to do if you put on your headphones. Okay.
See if you're paying too much for home insurance with Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
You think Jamie has some really crazy opinions? Don't worry. We do too.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
8 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. We appreciate them being part of the show. So I got back to the desk, and I'm reading some of the comments in passing here. Coach, could you please explain why people are talking about what underwear we wear? Is this one of those?
What the hell?
I'm just looking at. There's a screen full of discussion about what underwear we
Nothing
wear.
at all.
Yeah, Bob
Nothing
doesn't.
at all.
Okay, what is this, Coach? Can you tell us? Is this part of tomorrow's hijinks and festivities?
No, but if you follow the chat board, weird stuff happens.
So sometimes somebody brings up something, and then it just goes all off the rails.
Yeah. And right here, Mopar is saying, I think Jamie wears gym shorts over, gym shorts over gym shorts.
No, you don't.
No.
And then that.
If Mopar wants the details, the best underwear in the world are those Tommy Johns.
Tommy Johns are great. Woo! Those free ones are great.
Well, Chris Miller said, I wear boxers with Phillies designs on them. And I
do
would
you
say,
or do you not?
Well, obviously, because I got to support the team.
But you do not. Do you wear? So there's gentlemen discussing our underwear choices. And by the way, it's so funny when you get people that you get what people think. Mopar is he says, I think John is a Dolce and Gabbana guy. Mopar, remember this.
Get that image out of my head.
I am a Dave Ramsey devotee. If you do not know what that means, I am a very frugal man when it comes to spending. And no, I am a Hanes bought at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, the Hanes colored briefs.
I can't believe we're actually talking about this.
This has gone into a whole discussion.
Not
here.
white, right? Nobody goes white.
No
anymore.
white.
That's way too dangerous.
Who's doing white? Yeah, it's too dangerous.
JD here says that it's part of the game since it's game day today.
Oh. Well, wait a minute.
Name which of the four is wearing tighty whities, Pat.
I don't think anybody's. Anybody's wearing tighties.
With or without skid marks, says Mopar.
Oh, gee.
Wait, the person's saying that I am or demanding that I
You look like a whitey tighties guy.
Me? I don't think he does at
kinda.
all. I think ratty boxers.
Yeah.
I would think ratty boxers. Mm-hmm. Pat, rolling out of bed. Look at Bob. He's just doing resting Bob face.
Bob's a commando man. That's why he's not chiming in.
Exactly. Yeah. Bob's going to sit here and do his little sports thing because he can't commiserate with this because he doesn't wear anything because all he does is have sex and watch sports.
Pat, I asked for it before. We need the sound effect of a car screeching, like being brought back onto the road and everything. Is Bob bringing it back to sports?
No, I wear the Hanes longs.
You wear the longs.
I like the longs. I got a package
boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs, absolutely. The longer, the better. I like them hanging down low, tight to the thigh.
You like that?
Yeah, have a pair on right now.
There's Bob's going to show us.
They're black.
There you go.
Longer
yellow
is better,
blends.
Bob. Yep.
All right, there we go.
Yeah,
There we
feel
go.
good
See
in
that?
them.
See what you did, John?
There
You
you
took
go.
us down this path.
No, it was our YouTubers. It's the absolute YouTube crew. By the way, it's a Thursday, so that means Wendy's will be in the house eventually. Get a classic sausage, egg, and cheese or a classic bacon, egg, and cheese paired with small seasoned breakfast potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. So, where we begin, we've got Coach Cooney coming up in just a few moments to give you a scouting report on the Pacers, and he already has told you. And, Bob, I anticipated this. I anticipated you were going to lean towards the Pacers, and that's the way we planned it today, which is good. So you'll hear about the Pacers, who Bob thinks could be a little dangerous tonight. Be watching. So there are times when some things just need to be retired. Just a short 47 years ago yesterday, and if it was 47 years ago today, your dads probably were still nursing a major hangover after the Flyers had won a Stanley Cup. Unfortunately, the celebration of that event continues still today. I'm suggesting that the Flyers help turn the page, create a new day, and truly transform the franchise. Drop the Broad Street Bullies tag. Stop it. It doesn't make sense anymore. In fact, it relates to a period of time when anyone under the age of 45 wasn't on the earth when the Broad Street Bullies existed. It is a grasp for history that is so outdated, makes no sense by the way this franchise plays the game in the modern era, that I think if you want to transform, you want to remarket, you want to reimagine your brand, this is what you do. Icons don't need to reinvent. This franchise does. Big time. So I'm asking you, should it go? And come to think of it, are there any other things attached to the current Philly sports landscape with the teams that should be retired? Because I've got another. One more. The devotion to the underachieving era of Buddy Ryan.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is one that really needs to be just it's one I don't like we don't use shut up in our house.
How many playoff games did he win, John?
But it's the one of those ones where I'm just like, shut up. When I hear the Buddy Ryan people, I'm like, just shut up. Seriously. So be on board, and you can join us too at 610-632-0975. So I ask you on the first one first, and by the way, tune in to YouTube today for Game Time. You want to be on YouTube today during Game Time. I'm just giving you a little hint that YouTubers are going to really enjoy today. What happened?
He's in on it?
We were told we're not going to like it. You know? You got secrets?
You're in on it?
No,
we
I
weren't
was
told anything.
No, I was told urge listeners to tune into YouTube.
Okay.
No, I do not know. By the way, we do not know Game Time, and we're not kidding you when we say
Underwear
that.
talk, trying to get people to YouTube.
We do not know.
This stinks.
The guy walking around in a gimp mask.
Pat Egan did
Pat Barrel doing here.
Pat Egan did such a damn good job in the first month of the show. I said I never want to know about Game Time again.
This isn't me. This is our bosses. This is Coach.
Yeah, Chuck had an evil look in his eye
Well,
yesterday.
I didn't sign off on that.
But I know what it is.
I trust you.
I know what it is, and you're going to want to watch it on
Okay,
YouTube.
don't miss it. So I don't know. The bosses I don't trust nearly as much as I trust Egan. So Bob, I ask on this first. Let's take a referendum here. Should the Broad Street Bullies, should the Flyers stop with that? Broad Street Bullies. If you were 44 years old, you were not on the earth when anyone, like when that team even existed.
Right here. I'm 39.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah, I stop all reference. No, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
stop the reference to the. You got to move on.
Yeah, they should have moved on 30, 40
Well, that's why I'm
years
saying
ago.
now.
Exactly,
Just please do it. Rip the Band-Aid off.
But what are they moving on to?
See, they
the
don't
question.
know. That's their problem. They haven't had an identity since then. So they did a really neat thing for people that weren't around there. They did a thing back then where nobody ever heard of it. And you talk about copycat leagues now and stuff. The Flyers did this goon thing, which the whole NHL hated.
And they
were brutal. Fights galore. You can't imagine how intimidating that team was. But they had enough talent also to win games. And it was a combination of that nobody had ever seen the likes of. All right, it was great. It was innovative. Fred Shero did something nobody else ever did. It won you 2 Stanley Cups.
It had a 3-year window,
Got
three
you
trips to the finals.
trips to the finals. You lose to the Canadians, get swept in 76, and then it ends. And since then, they've never been able to find an identity. The closest they came was when you were with them, John, in the 80s, where you had young, good talent in the Tocketts, the Zezzels, the Hextalls, and you sprinkled in some veterans with like a Mark Howe or stuff like that. But you had something there, and you were on the precipice, but you had a guy named Wayne Gretzky in the league, and you weren't going to overcome that. Then they became a big team again, and the NHL got fast. Then they tried to get fast, and the NHL got big. And then they tried to add in veterans when people were grooming youngsters. They've just never been on to what they were supposed to do to make it last longer.
Broad Street Bullies go?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Now, I understand, too, isn't that the name of the bar?
Yeah, down at Xfinity Live.
Like, I mean, that makes it hard.
It's not Broad Street Bullies, it's just bullies.
Oh, it's just bullies.
Yeah.
See, that's
it can
different.
exist, just don't cling to it as much as they do.
Like, I mean, I don't think, and I love Bernard Marcel Parent is one of the gems of this community.
Oh, he's a treasure.
He's spectacular. Spectacular human being. But you got to find another way to market your club.
Yeah, I just
back to Bernie.
don't know what that is.
Is it?
It's been such just stuck in the sand franchise
Pat,
for
you
30
agree?
years.
A 1,000%
Okay,
move
like,
on. From
don't have. Oh gosh, I feel terrible. I'm not trying to be dismissive here. Hartnell, don't have him on there going. And they're playing Flyers hockey. Flyers hockey, there is no definition of Flyers hockey.
No.
And certainly it's not big, tough, intimidate you for this franchise.
No.
They don't. So drop that too. The Buddy Ryan one to me is my most absolutely annoying.
Yeah, I've been racking my brain this entire time to find another one.
The Buddy Ryan devotees in this town.
I go back to that. As
they
probably
will eventually die off, is what I can tell you, is they will eventually find their time and die off. Because it is the most inane, stupid.
It's one of the greatest defenses ever.
Absolutely. No questions asked. It is also one of the most mismanaged eras in Eagles football. And one of the most embarrassing.
Yeah, and they had a talent in Randall Cunningham on the back.
Randall was freaking wasted.
Yeah.
He was wasted.
And you saw what happened when he went to Minnesota. Granted, he had Chris Carter and Randy Moss, but he was throwing
He was wasted by a man who had no idea about how to delegate and let the offensive side of the ball do anything. And to me, it's not an era to be celebrated. The defense is. If you want to say Buddy Ryan's defense, sure, absolutely. But the long begone, but Rich Kotite came in, and in 1 year, Rich Kotite should be like, I don't know, should be like, be whatever it is.
Ring the bell?
Doing anything.
Have time ring the bell.
Well, if you're letting on, other people do it. I would say, to me, that's one that I can't get over, that Rich Kotite came in 1 year and won a game. He came in 1 year and won a playoff game.
The weird thing was, Buddy was fun. And people let the fun override the true success, because the true success didn't happen. Now, he was part of a rebuild, and it was funny because he said, my starting running back's number 34. Don't you know who that is, buddy? He's got a long name I can't pronounce at 34.
And people thought it was so charming.
And he did have that defense that Philadelphia just loves. But he negated other areas that could have made the team really successful.
Hey, nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Tell you what advertising does to you? Every time that I have to do that Liberty Mutual.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Well, that does that with jingles in my head.
Oh, my God.
No, Liberty Bibbity. I always go to say because remember the one with the, hi, I'm a professional actor, and I'm here to tell you, and he kept screwing up the lines, and he goes, Liberty Bibbity. And every time I see it, in my head, I want to say Liberty Bibbity.
Yeah, I got the damn jingle in my head.
Matt in Bucks County joins us. Matt, what's going on, brother? You're on The Fanatic.
Hey, folks. Thanks for taking my call. Great show.
Thanks, man.
Number one, I'm a Flyers fan, and I agree with your assessment. I concur with everything you said. The beauty of human is progress and change. And I'm a 38-year-old, but I feel like, 47 years ago, it's time to move on.
I mean, it is, but is there something? I mean, what can they change to? I mean, they don't have they have no identity.
I agree. I don't get paid the big bucks. I feel like that's Fletcher's job, and the men at the front office, that's their job to figure out. I'm just a fan that wants to love and support the team.
That's awesome.
And watch good hockey. Number two, what I'm about to say is sports blasphemy. I'm going to get blasted by my friends. I feel like it's time to move on from the Dallas Cowboys-Eagles rivalry. I feel like
I like where you're going.
Well, go
Dallas
on.
is not in the East geographically, so I feel like the Dallas Cowboys should not be in the NFC East. Let's move on. Swap them for a team in
Screw
NFC
the Giants.
So more,
I don't really care.
you're talking like more geographically.
Correct. I
Okay.
feel like most of the NFL is set up geographically by division. There are a few exceptions, Dallas being one, and I just think it's time to move on.
I've heard, you know what? I've heard Jamie and Tunis discuss this on Bong Boulevard's favorite show, Wake and Bake, on Sunday mornings. You guys have gotten into this discussion.
It's not even close for me.
Tunis says Giants.
I hate the Giants.
You guys have you're in your age group.
Yeah.
You have a visceral dislike for the Giants.
Yeah.
Because you've seen them win Super Bowls.
Yeah. And the rivalry, they had some great battles going back to Strahan and Runyon, and the Eagles have frankly dominated them in the last 26 games, winning 22.
Bob and I grew up seeing Dallas win Super Bowls.
Yeah. But getting to
And
know
so-
New Yorkers, too, adds to it. Like, I love going at it with New Yorkers. It's fun to me.
Well, we're going to hopefully have months of it.
Yeah. And I don't know any Dallas fans.
You don't? There are cockroaches everywhere.
Yeah, but it's
I
funny.
don't know them.
And they don't
I
know
know one.
themselves.
They don't know because they jump in and out.
Yeah, the New Yorkers I know I can put faces to, I can hate.
The Giant fan is never going to leave the Giants.
No.
The Cowboy fan in this area is going to hide out to when the Cowboys are good and go get themselves a new freaking hat at Rally House.
Depending on what the Yankees are doing,
Exactly.
And the Lakers.
Or the Lakers, too.
Yeah.
Depends on what they're looking at there. The Sixers getting ready to take on an opponent, and it looks like we know it'll be decided tonight. But Coach Cooney's going to tell you about the Pacers. And it's pretty clear, Bob. You think we're going to be talking about the Pacers tomorrow morning?
I do. They're riddled with injuries. There's no doubt about that. They are riddled with injuries, but they're playing better basketball, I think, right now than Washington. So I see them winning tonight. I'm not scared of Indiana. I think it's going to be a tough series. And here's the reason. My first line. They're an unorthodox team with a left-handed big man who rebounds and passes. I don't care what league I'm in. I don't care where I'm coaching or scouting or playing. Any team that has an unorthodox team with a left-handed big man who can score and pass and rebound, that scares the hell out of me. I don't like left-handers. I hate left-handers. Nobody knows how to play against left-handers. And when they're big men, they have a tendency to draw other big men into foul trouble. I don't think that Domantas Sabonis is going to give any fits to Joel Embiid. But he's going to be a little bit of that fly in your face, the thorn
hemorrhoid.
in your side, the hemorrhoid, the
There you go.
toenail, the thing in your tooth. He's going to be all of that. And that's something that you have to just keep an eye out for. This is a guy that's averaging 20, 12, and 7. Those are pretty good numbers. And
Somebody
as I
called him a
said-
superstar the other day. One of the ESPN guys. I was like, all right,
What?
calm down.
What?
Calm down.
Yeah, superstar.
Yeah, calm down.
Again,
He's a nice player.
He's a very, very nice player. What they do is that they have a cool backdoor straight line offense, which means they can put Sabonis up high. Normally, if you close your eyes and think of a backdoor, you're going to think of a guy on a wing, brings his man out, cuts
Right.
backdoor, boom. They have a straight line backdoor offense where Sabonis will be up top, and they'll have a guy straight line cut down and beat his man off of a side pick, and it's a backdoor that way, and they run it really, really well. It's a team that offensively will frustrate the hell out of you because they can, especially their starters, they can hit three-pointers. But when they're not and they're playing that inside the three-point line game, they run some really, really cool stuff where they'll get those backdoor layups that I'm talking about. Now, they're not a great team. They're 34-38 on the year. They were 5-7 down the stretch.
And they're banged up, as you point out.
And they're banged up. LeVert is out.
They lost Miles Turner earlier.
Malcolm Brogdon is day-to-day. He played the game the other day and got 16 points. It was his first
He's
game,
a
I
good
think,
player.
since April 29th. But he's got a hamstring. LeVert's out for protocol, and Turner's out with the toe. There's no timetable for him to return. So they are struggling a little bit. But the things that they do, they shoot 47% as a team, 79% from the line. They're not a great rebounding team if you look at the numbers, but here's why. That 47% that they shoot, they don't have to rebound off of that because they're really good shooters. But they're really active. So they tip balls. They're just active. And Sabonis, if I haven't said it before, he's left-handed. And people don't know how to box out left-handers either. So their starters, you have to keep an eye out on because they love to shoot three. Then when you get to their bench, and people are going to roll their eyes, TJ McConnell's been a real good spark plug for this team. And I mentioned the numbers yesterday to you, John. I'm going to mention them again. Over the last 10 games where he's had to step up a little more with the injuries to Brogdon and LeVert, in 30 minutes a game, he's averaging 13 points, 7 assists, 2.5 steals, and shooting 59% from the floor.
That's fantastic. I said it.
He's also the leading stealer in the NBA. I'm not saying T.J. McConnell's a great defender, and if he has to cover anybody on the Sixers, I'm okay going one-on-one. But talk about a thorn in the side. He is just that defensively.
I am on the Parks Casino Sportsbook app right now, so I will be Jamie, just
I'll tell you why not to be worried.
So you ready for it?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. Sixers and 6.
I don't even think it'll go that long. I think 5.
Okay.
Here's why. Dan Burke, he's this guy. He's an assistant coach under Doc Rivers. He coached in Indianapolis for like 23 years.
Great point.
He knows everything that team does. He knows everything that Sabonis does. He knows Brogdon. He knows them all. And he's the defensive guru for Doc Rivers. He's going to have them knowing everything Indiana is going to want to do. So I think he's an equalizer, Sixers and 5.
There you go.
Boom. Dan Burke, MVP.
I personally think either way it's going to be 5. But we'll see tomorrow morning. We'll talk about it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I mean, Brogdon and Sabonis are really good players.
And they can score some points, that team.
Pat, and they can let up some points.
Score, yeah.
Pat, I always think the everyman, you have a very good touch with the everyman as far as understanding what it is. I want to get your thought on this. Jericho Parks says to me, old heads have been trying to bring back the Kelly green jerseys for decades. The Eagles did nothing but lose in those colors. We did nothing but win in the midnight green. Can we just stop it?
No.
I got to tell you, I would be in his old head category, but I'm not. I absolutely want no parts of the Kelly green coming back full time. None.
I loathe the Kelly green.
See, I would take it as a throwback jersey that maybe if they let them go one a year, you wear it one game a year.
Yeah, the alternate.
You do it at
I
home.
think that's all people are asking for.
But I do not know.
It's a better helmet.
No, there are people that signed a thing the other couple years ago.
Not full time.
People
Make
saying
it the
that
alternate.
they wanted the Eagles. No, they're asking.
They
Jeffrey
just want it
Lurie.
back.
No, they want them to go back to it. Kelly green.
Well, whatever.
That's
I mean,
ridiculous.
if there's a Devontae Smith Kelly green jersey, I'm buying it. It's a better helmet. The silver pants were awesome. I think the argument's tired at this point.
I love the Eagles jerseys.
I love the Kelly greens, I'm a young head.
See, I like I love the midnight green.
Nah, you're old. You're 39.
Yeah,
I like the midnight green.
The Kelly green helmet is superior.
It's a fantastic throwback to youth, but that team sucked.
But I can't associate a jersey with ineptitude.
That's all I do.
Well,
when I say like the Sixers,
dumb.
Anthony said to me the other day, he goes, "What do you like about the Sixers?" He goes, "What do you like with Sixers?" And I said, "Red." Because I associate it with a great era of Sixers basketball from my childhood. So I say, that's what I like. The Sixers in red brings back that feeling like they're going to go in, they're going to kick somebody's ass.
I prefer the Kelly green.
You like
Thanks,
the Kelly?
Bob.
You want the
I love
Kelly
the
green?
Kelly green.
I like the
All
silver.
they did was lose. All they did was for the most
it's a different
part.
regime.
My high school colors were Kelly green.
Oh, well, then there's a little bit of
I'm
that,
Irish.
too.
Give me the Kelly green.
All
Better
right.
helmet.
We need you to get in for game time.
It's game day!
Oh, no.
It is game
Why
time
am I
coming up at the
nervous?
bottom of the hour. And we have been told if you can get to our YouTube channel, 97.5 The Fanatic's YouTube channel, it will be extra fun for you today. So make sure that you do it. Get involved next. 610-632-0975 on the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. So, growing up, I loved cereal. The nuns told my mom that I was bouncing off the wall, so I was not allowed to have sugar cereal. So I didn't have Magic Spoon, Coach. If I'd had Magic Spoon, Betty wouldn't have denied me good-tasting, delicious cereal.
It's not just for breakfast for me now. Last night I was settling down to watch a little bit of NBA action, and instead of going for the chips or the popcorn, I actually grabbed my box of Magic Spoon and was eating that for a snack. 0 grams of carbs, 14 grams of protein, 140 calories per serving. And for anybody out there who is watching their carb intake, Magic Spoon is keto-friendly, 4 net grams of carbs, and it's delicious.
Cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter. And you can get a variety pack, 4-pack, and you use the promo code Kincade at checkout. You will save $5 off. Listen to Coach. It's good for you. Listen to me. And even Coaches went over now. It tastes great. Check out our friends at Magic Spoon. Save $5. MagicSpoon.com/Kincade.
The John Kincade Show.
Uh-oh. Looks like I'm in for a bad
on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The play-in tournament gives some teams one last shot to make the playoffs. Everyone can bet this round risk-free on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. It doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or already have an account. FanDuel has teamed up with basketball legends Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith to make sure you'll get your money back. If you don't win, that's any user, any bet type, any game. I'm so excited about the LA Golden State matchup and think LeBron will lead the charge for LA. The play-in tournament's going down this week, and FanDuel just made it even more exciting. It's all part of FanDuel's Play-in Palooza. So if you already have a sportsbook account, just open the app and opt in to claim your risk-free bet. And if you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code Natalie to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000 exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app.
21 plus and present in PA. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. New user risk-free bet for first real money wager only, and refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Do you get a power bill? Are a sports fan and think you can pick a winner? I'll guess the answer to all three is yes. This is Greg Craig, CEO of Star Energy, and if we got an offer for you, join Star Energy and you'll get a great fixed price, all green energy, and no early termination fee. And here's the winning shot. You get to pick the team of your choice to win its championship. And if your team wins, you win $150 in energy credits. And we'll even give you $25 if you're wrong. Look, it's a great electricity product anyway, but we're all sports fans at Star, so we juiced up the game by letting you pick and win. Come on, sports fans. It's free to pick, and we want every sports fan to come to Star. Call 833-GO-TEAM-3, and we'll make picking your team and signing up with Star as easy as an unguarded layup. Call 833-GO-TEAM-3 right now, and we even have a no-obligation free sweepstakes going on just for calling in. That's it. If you think you can pick a winner, then put some fun in your electricity bill and some money in your pocket. Let's go.
Void where prohibited. No purchase is necessary to enter or win. Up for legal residents of Ohio and Pennsylvania at least 18 years of age. See official rules for further information.
Want to hear how easy it is to get rid of those black streaks on your roof with spray and forget? Check this out. This is you spraying your roof. And this is you forgetting about it. That's it. No scrubbing, no rinsing. It does the work for you. Those stains caused by algae, mold, and mildew would disappear over time. Works on asphalt, wood, slate, and clay roofs. So you can just forget about it. Spray and forget. Available at the Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, and Menards.
It's like I blinked, and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce.
Now, my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide, and we're bringing it right when your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Of course we can help you gear up for that next oil change. We've got a great deal for the job. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Castrol GTX conventional or high-mileage motor oil and an STP oil filter for just $28.99. And you can get it all fast, your way. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery. Getting your job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Warm weekends are back, and the Home Depot is here to help make the most of your outdoor projects with #1 rated Olympic Elite Stain. Enhance the natural beauty of the wood on decks, fencing, furniture, and more with an anti-fading waterproof shield backed by a lifetime warranty. Your project can weather any weather, guaranteed. Upgrade to Olympic Elite, America's most trusted brand, at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/hire. That's ZipRecruiter.com/hire.
I need these boxes in bin 7. Oh, hello. Hi. I just want to call in and find out when next...
Whitney's warehouse foreman just retired, and the replacement needs to move to fulfillment.
Hold on. Guys, can we get the dock cleared now?
Indeed can help her hire the people she needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
There are no winners in the thermostat wars. You're shivering, he's sweating, and you're both paying too much to keep your home comfortable because constantly adjusting your thermostat can noticeably increase your monthly energy bill. It's time to give peace a chance with special financing and rates on a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane with whole house air filtration to keep the air you breathe clean. Subject to credit approval. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
Sugar House Online Casino is your destination for safe and secure online gaming. Play many of your favorite games from the casino right on your phone or computer. Want to play roulette or blackjack with a live dealer? Sugar House has that. Maybe you like to take your shot at big progressive jackpots. Sugar House has that too. In all, Sugar House has more than 200 slots and table games to play wherever you are. Go to playsugarhouse.com and have some fun today. Presented by Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yo, Philly, your local Dunkin' is hiring. Dunkin' runs on incredible crew members, flexible working hours, career opportunities, and affordable education opportunities. Search for opportunities at participating franchises at DunkinDonuts.com/careers.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Thank God this is radio, or you'd have to be looking at my face.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's game day! All right, if it's game day, do you want to play or not? The phone lines are open for you at 610-632-0975. And we are talking about, Pat, best prize offerings ever in game time? I think it's fair?
They're very good.
Okay. Really, really good. Much like our Wendy's breakfast. You got the classic sausage, egg, and cheese or the classic bacon, egg, and cheese paired with small seasoned breakfast potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. I think it's the best prizes we've ever had for game time, too. So you want to get in at 610-632-0975.
Chuck's got a real devilish look about him, doesn't he?
By the way, got to give the boss credit. And you don't like to really do that in life. But you have to when he changed up the Wendy's order. And, man, when I say outstanding performance by Wendy's today, I think, Jamie, they may have put a little extra butter on the biscuits today.
Something magical was in that bag.
I mean, it was
maybe they were just made with more love today.
Maybe they were. They were just...
Yeah.
I think the seasoned fries a little extra seasoned today.
Talk about something we can all talk about.
Like that. Hey, so 610-632-0975 to be able to get yourself in on game time, to be able to be a part of it. Let's get to it.
It's Thursday morning at 8:30, which means game time. Today we are playing What's in My Mouth? Now, here's your master of ceremonies, Pat Egan.
I can't play.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
No. What is it?
You can play.
No, I can't.
All right.
What the hell is this game?
Seriously. You got to be blindfolded to play this game. It is called What is in My Mouth?
Okay, I'm telling you right now, if there is a bug involved, I'll kill somebody.
Believe me, I had it stiff.
There's no bug involved, and it's not that kind of game. Don't worry. This is a PG show. But it's pretty simple.
Well, no, what did they have that show? What was it called?
Fear Factor.
Fear Factor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you guys are going to have to be blindfolded. We are going to also put like a clothespin or something on your nose so you can't smell it. All right? And then you guys have to guess what is in your mouth. If you guess correctly, then the caller on hold wins a fabulous prize. So it's pretty simple. We're just going to put something in your mouth. Could be... absolutely anything.
Who's placing this in our mouth?
Well, you are. I mean, we're gonna.
Okay, good. I don't need Chuck's hands in my mouth.
Don't worry. Hey,
Okay.
we're gonna put a plate in front of you.
To spit it out into?
Yeah. Seriously, we're worried about,
This is ridiculous.
I like this game,
like
though.
It's not ridiculous. I think you need to take some advice from Mike.
You got a cucumber in your rectum? Loosen up.
We're having fun. We're having fun. All right.
It's game time.
So you can get in at 610-632-0975. We have a $25 Wendy's gift card to give up. We have a couple other things, some awesome tickets to go see Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer. And then we have $100 to one lucky winner. All right. So we are going to start off with John. Now, John.
Yes.
Our boss, Chuck, is going to place a plate in front of you.
Oh, he's putting a plate in front of me. I'm not looking at it.
You are going to put the item in your mouth. They're going to guess.
Oh,
and
God. I have a gag reflex.
Jamie, please, shut your mic off.
Jamie, would you stop?
I can't see you guys.
John, you are going to be playing for Raj in Yardley. Raj, are you confident that John is going to be able to guess what's in his mouth?
Not at all.
Okay, well, let's see.
Wow, okay.
John,
That's what she said.
do me a favor, put whatever it is that's in front of you.
Where is it?
Are we swallowing?
That's a dangerous question.
I prefer to swallow. I'm serious. Are we swallowing?
You can spit it out if you want. Just Jesus. You're
Do I
just
get to put
overthinking it.
So I'm putting a spoon in my mouth?
Yes, really? Describe the taste, Johnny. What do you got? The facial reaction.
Oh, my God.
You love it, don't you? Huh?
Oh, God, it's horrible.
Who's a good boy?
It tastes like mayonnaise-y. Oh, God, it's terrible. It's like
Smells like-
I know what it is because it's got to be. It's that repulsive. Oh, my God. That is the worst
5.
taste. Ranch dressing is in my mouth.
Let's find out if that is, in fact, what's in your mouth.
That is what's in your mouth.
Wow. You got it right, John.
Guess what? That is so horrible. That's worse than I imagined.
I have to give out the prize, so please stop complaining.
I'd be happy if I got ranch.
Jamie, shut your mic off. Raj,
Do I have a napkin?
I have good news
I need
for you.
napkins, too.
Raj, you didn't have a lot of faith in John. John had a lot of faith in you.
Sorry, Raj.
You are going to win $100.
What?
And Raj is getting a signed puck from Brian Prop. Plus, you're qualified for the grand prize, a 5-pack of Brian's Guffaw cigars from Bancroft Neuro Rehab, Rebound, Recover, Reconnect. Learn more at bnrinfo.org.
Why'd you give somebody who didn't get it right?
No. Okay.
I'm just saying.
I need Coach, I need you to put him on hold.
There you go.
I can't put him on hold from over here.
Good job.
So, wait.
Oh, my God, that is terrible. You guys like that stuff.
Ranch?
Oh, my God, it's horrible.
Yeah, ranch is good.
He gets it. It doesn't
I don't
matter.
love it, but it's not repulsive.
Guys, it doesn't matter if the caller thinks you're going to get it right or not.
Oh,
if you get it right, okay, all right.
good.
And we're going to move on.
It's complicated stuff, Pat.
We're going to move on to Bob. Put it in your mouth, Bob.
Okay, here we go.
Shove it in there.
I have a feeling I know what this is.
Put it in, Bob.
Just stick it in your mouth.
Stick it in your mouth.
Swirl it around. Taste it. What is it?
What do you got, Bobby?
Oh, wait. Cottage cheese.
Oh! So I didn't even bring up who Bob is playing for because that's a bad job by me.
That's bad on your part.
Bob, you are playing for Dustin in Willow Grove. Dustin, do you think Bob knows what's in his mouth? He guessed cottage cheese. Think that's correct?
Yo, Bob, why do you hate left-handed people all of a sudden?
All right. All right, Bob, you guessed cottage cheese. Let's find out if that was in your mouth.
That is what's in your mouth.
Yeah! Bob is correct. Dustin in the Willow Grove, you end up winning a $25 Wendy's gift card.
Wow.
That's a pretty great item right there.
And
right?
you're going to love breakfast at Wendy's. Those folks are awesome.
Yeah, we actually just enjoyed it. So you get you can have $25 Wendy gift card to get a classic sausage, egg, and cheese on a classic bacon, egg, and cheese paired with a small seasoned breakfast potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. So that's what you end up winning.
I hope I get a Clementine. It's an inside joke, sorry.
Okay.
Jamie, you are the derailment today.
I can't see you, John.
Stop.
Stop what?
Just stop. Let them play the game.
Oh, my God.
Coach, I need you to put him on hold.
Come on.
I'm sitting here blind, shoving something in my mouth.
All right. This is a disaster.
Let me live.
Jamie, shove it in your mouth, please. And Jamie,
Yes,
while you're
please.
doing that, you are going to be playing for Shane in Nazareth. So, Shane, as Jamie shoves something in his mouth, do you think he's going to get this right?
Not after hearing that he has a gag reflex, no.
All right. Well, Jamie, what did you shove in your mouth? What's it taste like there, bud?
It's very familiar.
Well, that could be a lot of things.
Oh, man, why can't I name this?
Pat, that was subtly mean. I like it.
Get it together, Jamie. You messed up last week. Come on.
Jamie, what's in your mouth?
What's in your mouth, Jamie?
Ranch with something in it. There's some
All right.
crunchy bits in there.
Ranch with something in it. What a description. Jamie, hate to break it to you.
That is not what's in your mouth.
What is it?
Jamie, what is in your mouth right now is called tartar sauce. Tartar sauce.
I love tartar sauce.
Damn it.
Love tartar sauce.
Sorry, Shane.
Jamie, you don't do tartar sauce?
No, I do. Sorry, Shane. It's a bad job.
Okay, so John, you're going to be playing next, and you are going to be playing for Bob in Conchi. Bob, Now, you've got John.
Okay.
John is putting the item in his mouth right now. Bob, do you think that he is going to get this right?
Yeah, he's going to go 2 for 2.
Okay, all right. Now, that's it. Choke on it. Choke on it. Look me in the eyes, Johnny. Look me in the eyes and choke on it. Johnny, what's in your mouth, bud?
I just want to see him right now.
I'm telling you, if that's freaking cat food or dog food. It's cat food or dog food. I know the smell.
All right, let's find out if it is indeed cat food or dog food.
Oh, that's messed up.
That is not what's in your mouth.
I apologize to Bob. What you have in front of you is cold split pea soup. So a gazpacho. Nice little gazpacho split pea. You love it.
No, I thought, oh, God, that was terrible.
It's so much worse when you can't see it.
That's the best part.
I hate peas, though.
Bob, you were up.
Who hates peas?
I hate peas.
Bob, you're up next, bud. And Bob, you are going to be playing for Ryan in New Jersey. So, Bob, as you shove that in your mouth, Ryan, do you think he gets this right?
Yeah.
All right. So, Bob, put it in your mouth. Don't fight it. What do you think it is?
Oh.
It's not good. Not horrible. I detect a little onion.
Yeah, I'll bang that.
I'm gonna say it's I'm gonna say it's some kind of an onion dip.
Okay, so let's find out if that is indeed what's in your mouth.
That is what's in your mouth.
That now the description actually is a balsamic caramelized onion hummus. We're gonna give it to you.
It's hummus.
We don't expect you to actually guess that.
Way to go,
So
Bob.
congratulations to Ryan. Ryan, you're going to end up winning a pair of tickets for the Hella Mega Tour featuring Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer on Friday, August 20th at Citizens Bank Park. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. So congratulations to Ryan.
Hummus? And he gets credit?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy for Ryan.
It's a dip. Is a hummus not dip?
It's not an onion dip.
Okay, stop stalling, Jamie.
Wow.
Shove it in your mouth, and you're going to be playing for Matt in Bethlehem. So, Matt, do you think Soy Boy Jamie gets this right?
Nah.
All right, Jamie.
Well, hey, we'll take a wild guess.
Jamie, describe what's in your mouth
Damn
right
it,
now.
again, it's familiar. I'm horrible at the blind taste test. It's some kind of wasabi. How about sex positions? What the hell was that?
Well, unfortunately, you really suck at this game.
Yeah.
It was
That
not wasabi.
is not what's in your mouth.
No, it was going to be wasabi something.
It's cocktail sauce. So, unfortunately,
Jamie gets like the two best.
Yeah, sorry, Matt. I suck at this.
yeah.
Jamie's got the two best things to put in his mouth.
Okay, John, you're up next, and
jeez.
John, you're
Sure
going to be the last one, Johnny.
You have really. What am I doing? Okay, here.
All right, John. So if Jamie and Bob want to take their blindfolds off, you guys can, because at this point, John, you are going to be playing for Matt in Chichester. So, Matt, as John is shoving something in his mouth, do you think John gets this right?
Oh. I'm confident.
Okay. Johnny, describe what's in your mouth, bud. Describe it in detail. What do you got in there?
Well, I can smell it.
Well,
I would
great.
just say someone hasn't been to the doctors lately. I would not eat poop. Oh, my God.
You love it.
Guess what? This smells like cat food also.
Your eyes are watering. What do you got?
This
Give
is
a guess.
terrible. Pate?
All right. Is it pate? Let's find out.
That is not what's in your mouth.
What the hell is it? And remind me never to put it in my mouth again.
Okay. Well, first of all, what I'm going to need you to do is take your mic off, or take your blindfold off, please. Okay.
Speak into the mic, bitch.
Okay.
You've got beef baby food.
Oh, my God.
Beef baby food.
How did you not get that right?
Okay, I got to tell you, I'd pay $5 right now for some Listerine Purple. Oh, my gosh. That is
Beef
absolutely.
baby.
How do you not get beef baby food correct?
I did not. Oh, that is terrible.
What? I mean, what do you usually put in your
Oh,
mouth?
my God. That is absolutely freaking terrible. I can't. I will not get those tastes out of my mouth the rest of the day. That was unbelievable. Oh,
Unbelievably great.
you guys did a great job. You did a great job. You can take off your blindfolds.
Oh,
now.
so we are going.
You're dying now. You take off your blindfolds.
And you don't even need to go to our OnlyFans for that.
Because I think that was.
You just got that for free on YouTube.
Guess what? The second one made me cry. Like it literally made me.
The goal is to get your eyes watering.
Both of them smelled so bad.
I'm mad at myself.
Jamie, cocktail sauce.
I know.
You got the 3-foot putts.
The tartar sauce was a little weird. The cocktail sauce I should have had.
Oh my gosh.
That's a bad job.
The baby food.
If we want to talk about who has the best palate, I guess we know who it is over here.
Bobby the C.
I mean, I don't know. You said onion spread, and it was hummus.
No, but
Like,
it was with onions.
Come on.
Jamie, do me a favor.
It was a reach.
Stop trying to bring somebody else down because you sucked at the game.
Hey, very good, man.
I did suck.
Good
but,
job.
I mean,
Good job.
hummus and onion dip.
You guys
Come
do
on.
a spectacular job with that every week, and we appreciate everybody. Seriously, I'm never.
Who hates peas? I didn't know that.
I hate peas. No, you know what though? I like.
Was it the mushiness?
I like the flat. Yes, it's everything with me is 'cause my wife right now. When she sees this later on YouTube, she'll say, "You ate what?
Beef baby food, hon."
No, but no. The idea of the fact that I ate ranch dressing, I have never in my life. It's just the smell of it repulses me. And I didn't.
Smells like a used diaper.
That's what is it? Okay, now that I've had ranch dressing, what's the appeal? It had like a.
I don't love it. Some people love it.
It had a smell of sour milk, and it was like, and then it tasted. Once the taste hit my tongue,
There's a sour aspect to it.
Yes, it was awful. That was awful. It is
Pizza crust and ranch isn't bad.
That is as bad as I expected it to be. As I've always dreamt it in my mind, don't eat ranch. That is exactly
Really? Well, luckily.
but then again, though, I don't do a bunch of condiments.
Luckily, we have Wendy's out there, so you guys can cleanse the palate. Everybody but Bob.
Holy moly.
I got my water.
Great job.
Never mind, Ricky told me he ate it all.
Ricky Bo will be in studio.
So you're screwed.
Ricky Bo will be in studio with us coming up at 9, too, so it'll be good to see him. In the linchpin, while I gargle, I'd kill for some Listerine right now. This guy is retiring.
I've gum.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, Mark Albert, called it quit after 55 years of working in the NBA. He started out, I believe, as a Knicks ball boy, worked his way up to play-by-play man, and then, for me, when I think of the voice of the NBA, I might be in the minority here. For me, in the 90s, it's Marv Albert. Like, when I fell in love with the NBA and those Knicks-Bulls series and the Bulls run, the Rockets run, I think of Marv.
Yes!
I hear yes all the time. Like, he is, to me, the voice of the NBA. And I was curious if we went around the horn who everybody's voices of the four major sports are. So I'll start with you, John. Who is the voice of the NBA to you?
It will always be Marv Albert.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be in the minority.
No, with Marv, to me, even though I am such a Mike Breen fan.
He's great.
Huge fan.
He's really good.
But Marv, to me, is more... Breen is more subtle. Marv is more...
over the top.
Not
well, yeah, not Gus Johnson, but yeah.
He's not Gus Johnson. That is a first down in the first quarter of the game, and it's 0-0, and Gus Johnson, he's yelling about it. Isn't it great?
Who's the voice?
First third down conversion of the game, Gus Johnson. Freaking out.
Yeah, I guess it has to be Marv.
Really?
We almost sound begrudgingly, and I feel bad about that.
Yeah. Well, he does wear, garter belts and women's panties and all that. It was a weird period
Dick
for Marv.
Stockton back like a long time ago when he was pretty good running through things, and you had like Bill Russell and Jimmy Heinsohn and all those guys.
Tommy Heinsohn.
Brent Musburger was there for a little while.
I never associate Brent with
I don't
NBA.
Because he came such more college football.
Yeah, and NFL in our day.
Yeah.
Is it Marv?
I guess.
It's Marv.
Kind of impressive. I thought I was going to be in the minority there.
I always think too of though, and it's and for the old heads out there, I think of the old days. Who used to do the games with Tommy Heinsohn? Remember when Tommy Heinsohn used to do?
Yeah, that was. I think it was Dick Stockton.
It was Dick Stockton.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's amazing though. But what are the other sports though?
The NFL for me is Pat Summerall and John Madden.
Pat Summerall to me.
Pat Summerall and Tommy Brookshire.
Love that.
Yeah, that was
love that.
Yeah. NHL, I guess I would have.
Doc.
Oh my God,
it's Doc. And there is no other.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could. Gary Thorne had a little run, but
Gary Thorne had a run as the second.
Jack Edwards had the ESPN gate.
No.
But yeah, it's Doc.
It's got to be Doc.
It's Doc.
That may be the most slam
It's
dunk.
either Gary Thorne or Doc, but I lean Doc.
It's Doc.
I love Gary Thorne, though.
Guess what?
Oh, I love Gary Thorne,
love
too.
Gary Thorne.
Why do you guys hate Gary Thorne?
No,
so
I love
much?
Gary Thorne. It's Doc.
Doc's the nicest man in the world, too.
He's so unbelievable.
And then finally is baseball. And I don't even like my answer.
I know who you're going to say.
Don't say it.
Say it, you coward.
Don't say it.
And say it with your chest.
Don't say it. Do not say it.
Say it
Do
right.
not
Say it right in
Do
John's
not-
face.
Guess what? Say it and just get up and leave. Get up and leave for the day.
Jack Buck.
Okay.
Son. His son,
No,
Joe.
don't say his son. Hi, I'm Joe Buck, and let me tell you how the breaking pitches are working tonight. Oh, you've got John Smoltz there in the thing. Why don't you let John Smoltz tell me about it? And why don't you let Troy Aikman do the analysis?
Now that I've triggered you, who's your voice of baseball?
It's hard.
It is a tough one.
Vince Scully will always be my voice.
Sure, but he didn't do enough national TV games. Did he?
He didn't do enough. No, he didn't do enough.
Who's the guy that's out in San Fran now?
John Miller.
Yeah, John Miller's
fantastic.
great.
The only thing is, though, with John Miller, is John Miller purposely, sort of like Ricky Batalico did with Nick Maton, John Miller purposely mispronounces people's names. Like Andrew Jones. He would call him Andrew Jones.
I'm in the minority. I couldn't stand John Miller.
And I'm like, why are you calling this man Andrew Jones? His name is Andrew Jones. It's not Andrew. Just because you don't do the pre-show and understand. And he would keep doing it.
Well, you gotta understand, Andrew Jones wasn't that great of a player, so why would you learn his name?
Andrew Jones wasn't a bad player.
I'm kidding, guys.
Oh, I'm gonna
Jesus.
say.
Of course you should know Andrew Jones' name.
But is he a Hall of Famer?
Yes, I think so.
I think so. Borderline, but I think so.
Ricky, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Borderline.
Rick. Andrew Jones.
Andrew Jones. He says that. Thumbs up. The greatest
Great fielder.
The greatest defensive weapon, him and Ken Griffey Jr. in the modern era, the best defensive weapons in the outfield.
So, Bob, who's your voice of baseball?
I was going to go Miller. Vince Scully's good, but again, you're right. He didn't do as many national
I would have
games.
loved if he did more.
Yeah.
Jack Buck to me, then. I'd give Jack.
Yeah, I miss Jack, but I'll go with his son.
So I'll go Joe Garagiola.
Ah.
I don't even know who that is.
I know.
See, that's terrible.
Ricky, remember. Who was he partnered with? Joe Garagiola and Tony Kubek.
Tony Kubek.
Yep. There it is. Ricky knows. He's on it.
Damn, I forgot Andrew Jones
We were
had
little kids.
He had 51 one year.
Correct.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Steroid year.
Ricky
And he
wants to
was
know about
fantastic.
Mel Allen.
All that more on
Play-by-play?
this week in
Yeah.
baseball.
Not for a play-by-play of games.
What about Red Barber?
Yeah, exactly. Ricky probably wants the Kelly Green. He's probably in that Kelly Green squad.
He's a Tampa fan.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Tampa Brady.
With the flamboyant pirate with the knife in their mouth. I said he likes that. Look, he's pointing to rings. Yeah, he's got the rings. Tell you. There you go. Good job, guys. By the way, we say it every week, but Egan, Coach, Chuck got involved this week and everything.
Oh, I did nothing, so don't give me
you
any
did
credit.
nothing?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay,
You
so
hosted
so wait a
well.
minute. So it was just Chuck this week?
It was Chuck and Coach.
Okay, these guys do a great job every week with Game Time, and a lot of stuff that we end up getting credit for or getting told has nothing to do
We
with
have
us.
literally nothing to
We
do with
just
it.
show up and do it. So great job, guys. You do a really nice job with that.
Way to put stuff in your mouth today, guys.
Oh, my gosh. I'm swearing to you. Bob Cooney, though, continues to just be the freaking MVP because he hands gum to me. And I just chewed 2 pieces of Mentos gum and it's gone.
There you
that
go.
ranch dressing, I was...
I got a tartar sauce left over.
And the gazpacho, I've had gazpacho and I've never had that just... Maybe the not seeing it intimidates you.
Yeah, it does. It freaks you out.
no question. I thought
So
I was going to
maybe-
get a tomato, and I
thought you were too.
I thought you absolutely... When the game
I wanted to
got
see you
it,
puke.
I thought Bob was having a tomato.
If you want to see the outtakes, head to lobstertube.com.
There you go. Check
Don't
it
go
all
there.
out.
Don't go there.
All right, yes, please. All right, in the 9 o'clock hour. Wait a minute. He's coming in from the pen. Make the call. Ricky Batalico joins us next, and we'll talk about whether he could have wonders why players can't now pitch and hit. What's the problem? John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. My friends at Window Nation have got you covered when it comes to cost and quality. Window Nation has got you covered, saving you thousands more on your windows compared to those national brands while delivering you the same level of absolute service, proper fit. They clean up your house after they deliver the windows, but let's get down to business. It's the deal. If I told you your house would look better from curb appeal, your energy bills are going to drop big time. You're going to feel more comfortable in your home. You're making an investment in it. but you have to put no money down, make no payments, and pay no interest for 24 months. You're listening to me, right? You should. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com, and that's where you can do your window shopping. Get it? windownation.com. 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy. So buy 20, get 20. Buy 10, get 10. Plus, no money down, no payments, no interest for 24 months. It's a spectacular deal, and you want to do it now. Look after your biggest investment, your home, with my friends from Window Nation. Call them today, 866-90-NATION, because Window Nation is the perfect fit.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's John Kincade Game Day is presented by Wendy's. Get a classic breakfast sandwich and small seasoned potatoes for just $3 at Wendy's.
What's up, Philly? It's Tyrone. The world is inching back to normalcy, but our approach to educating our children may never be the same. Commonwealth Charter Academy, or CCA, has nearly 20 years of experience providing a flexible, stable online education in the comfort of your home. Enroll today at ccaeducate.me. Here are the benefits to your children and your family. 1, world-class education and accredited lesson plans streamed directly into your home at no cost to you. 2, laptops, headphones, and high-speed internet access all provided at no cost to you. And 3, a learning environment completely free from classroom risk like bullying and other distractions. CCA has been in our community long before this health crisis and will continue to faithfully serve students and families well into the future. Join the more than 2,500 students from Philly who already attend CCA. Enroll now at ccaeducate.me.
It's that time of year, and as a landscaper, that can only mean one thing. It's my time to hustle. And with Metro by T-Mobile, me and my brothers now have the extra tools we need to get this gig growing. Metro gave us 4 lines of unlimited high-speed data for just $25 each. Plus, they threw in 4 free Galaxy phones just for switching. Now we can keep in touch no matter where we're mowing, and keep the social feed updated, so the whole town knows who's taking charge of these yards.
You work hard. That's why Metro makes switching easy. Right now, there's 0 fees to switch. Enjoy Metro's lowest price on unlimited. Just $25 a line for 4 lines. Plus, get 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones. All on the T-Mobile network.
I'm Robin, and that's how I rule my day with Metro.
Users greater than 35 gigabytes per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus T-Mobile. Video streams at 480p plus device sales tax with eligible port-in and no T-Mobile service in past 180 days. 1 phone per line. Keep 4 line for promo rate. Additional terms. Limited time offer. Details at metrobytmobile.com.
With protection for your motorcycle, boat, and RV, your Progressive policy works the way it's supposed to. Unlike this indecisive sports talk host.
All right, welcome to the Big Shark Show.
Hey, Big Shark, any predictions for the game tonight?
Well, if you ask me, they are definitely going to win big, but I also think there's a chance they don't win. It's just my gut that they will, or they won't, but I do have a hunch that whatever happens, we will definitely know when it does.
Wait, so...
Either way, they always seem to come up with a big play, or sometimes just a smaller one.
Switch to Progressive today.
Bottom line, they're going to win. Or lose.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
O'Reilly. Don't miss out on Clean Car Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. If your car could use a spring cleaning, stop by for great deals on everything you need to keep your car looking new. Like Mother's California Gold Wash and Wax, just $4.99 for a 64-ounce bottle. That's a $6 savings. Visit the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts today or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game, and now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
Next caller, who's this?
Hi, this is Dan from Navy Federal Credit Union. I just want to give a shout out to all the men and women of the armed forces. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
Okay, next caller.
Hi, this is Sam from Navy Federal Credit Union.
During Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal wants to celebrate the commitment that connects us to our military members. Share your own shout out with hashtag Mission Military Thanks. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
When you're injured on the job, you need someone who will fight for you, someone who can stand up to the insurance companies, and someone who knows the laws in Pennsylvania. Martin Law, the law firm for injured Injured Workers. They wrote the book on workers' compensation in Pennsylvania, and they will fight for you. Visit PAWorkInjury.com now. That's PAWorkInjury.com. When you're hurt at work, turn to the team you can trust. With offices in Center City, Bristol, and Malvern, our attorneys are ready to listen and give you the justice you deserve. Call or click today. Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers.
Let me be straight with you. This is a radio commercial for 3 small business insurance. With 3, your entire business is covered. So while you can't see the following scene, just know that this contractor's business is protected by 3.
Hey, toss me that drill.
Yeah, man. Heads up.
Oh, that looks expensive.
Now this is an insurance moment. But 3's got it covered. 3 is a product of Berkshire Hathaway Direct Insurance Company. 3, no nonsense, just common sense.
Wake up with Wendy's $3 Classic Breakfast Deal. Our small seasoned potatoes with your choice of classic breakfast sandwich, all for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. No substitutions. Breakfast Baconator excluded.
Usually when you guys hear me talk about BetMGM, it's me talking about baseball or basketball or even UFC. One of the sports that I usually don't talk about, though, is golf, but they have it, and there's a big tournament coming up, and BetMGM is always trying to get you involved and win you some cash, so they have a great new customer offer at a chance at an easy $100 in free bets. So all you have to do is place $1, just that, $1 on any golfer to win the PGA tournament, and if any golfer on the tournament makes a birdie, and guess what? You're going to end up winning $100 regardless of your bet's outcome. So you could sit there and bet Vijay Singh, but if Dustin Johnson ends up getting a birdie, guess what? You got an easy $100. There is a catch, though. There's always a catch. You have to use the bonus code PATEGAN100 when you make your first bet. And then you're able to turn 1 under par into $100. So sign up now and discover BetMGM's daily promotions, boosted odds, specials, and so much more. Trust me, you're going to want to be on this app during the NBA playoffs and the NHL as well. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com. When you do, don't forget, use bonus code PATEGAN100 if you want to win $100 in free bets if any golfer makes a birdie in the PGA tournament. This is a new customer offer. It's paid in free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You have to be 21 years or older, Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
You may not officially be one of my endless cousins, but I do consider you part of our family.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Love you more than I do on a normal day, Bob Cooney. The gum did the trick.
Yeah?
Got it all out of my... Yeah, fantastic.
Got it all out of your system?
Oh, my gosh, that was terrible. Hey, the Bagster is a dumpster in a bag, and that's our 9 o'clock hour sponsor here on the John Kincade Show. You can get your Bagster today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Bagster.com to be able to get yourself a Bagster and be ready for things. We've made the call to the bullpen. And Ricky Patalico joins us.
Welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Really good.
Actually, smells like you guys flushed it out the other end.
It was
here.
Wow. Not really good.
I guess Bob didn't make it to his room.
So many weird smells. There are weird smells in here today, though. It was a strange game.
Well, he was eating beef baby food.
I think
putting can't smell good.
Gross.
I think putting a blindfold on and being told, "Taste this."
It's tough.
Because
you're lucky they didn't handcuff you. Then you're in trouble.
Do you ever sometimes where somebody says, "Here, this is so awful. Eat some of this."
I've had people say
and I'm like,
that.
"What are you doing to me? Why would you want me to eat something that's terrible?" You're telling me it's terrible.
Used to do that a lot.
Here.
Like, this doesn't taste good. You taste this.
Taste it.
Coach, how do we have Ricky Patalico in studio with us?
He is brought to us by Twin Spires Sportsbook, now live in PA. Download the Twin Spires app and unlock a risk-free bet of up to $1,000.
There you go. Ricky Patalico in the house. He's in the house.
Come on, guys, wake up.
I'm just telling you right now, Ricky, that the lack of offense is disturbing because this team's starting pitching, I completely underestimated it.
They're good. I told you 1 through 3 is good. And Vinny has been doing Vinny stuff. I mean, I don't look at 5 innings as an ace. Okay, I look at 7 and above as an ace.
I'm saying competent. He's competent. He's got an ERA.
Now. Guess what? By the way, I put down a finger. What do? You throw that pitch. Bing, bing. You are the winner.
Sometimes it's that simple.
It only took him 5 years to figure that out.
Don't say he's figured it out yet.
At this point during this year.
Is this one of the?
Hey, by the way, I never go there.
Is this one of the longest stretches you found yourself thinking Vinny Velasquez looks like he's got something figured out?
Factually, it is factually. Really is. Yeah.
That's where it is. I always hate that though when a guy gets bagged on. Terribly. Gets bagged on, and then he puts together a streak. And everyone goes, well, he's been really, really crappy for years. Let's just wait. I want to celebrate him a little bit because the guy, if he turns on any radio station in this town, he gets crushed.
For anybody who's talked to Vinny or even has been ever around him, he's a great guy. I mean, I think that's the thing that bothered a lot of people around here. Like, Vinny's a great guy. He comes out, he tells you how he's feeling, he tells you what he's doing, he tells you what he's doing wrong. Well, let me just put it to you this way. The way he's been throwing right now, just keep an eye on his mannerisms on the mound because that will tell you a lot about which direction the game's going to go. If he's walking around and tapping his cleats and busy with something other than pitching, he might have an issue coming up.
It's never been a physicality thing, right?
No,
never, ever.
Not at all.
So, who's the biggest person to turn that around? Vinny, obviously, is the biggest one to turn that around. But is it part JT? Is it part new pitching coach? Is it part Girardi? What do you think the turnaround here is?
I'm going to say mindset. So I would say Caleb Cotham would obviously be a big guy to get into somebody's mind of a pitcher because, like you said, if it's not physical, then what is it? Well, it's concentration.
Yeah.
It's very simple. You go in there, you look at the glove, you throw some guys, that's all they need. You see this? This is the rubber. This is the mound. It has a slope on it. You see that glove? Throw through it. Sometimes it's just that simple for some guys. Hopefully that's all it is here.
Yeah, hopefully. Rick, they're running in scoring position numbers offensively.
Runners in stranded position.
Yeah, it's dreadful. Is that something that they can just snap out of, or is that a bigger issue?
I think it could be snapped out of. But, here's a perfect example. The other night, they're playing the Marlins. They're 0 for 6 at one point. And they end up going 6 for 8 in one inning. So, it could change quickly. But this whole, how do I say this? It's not just them. It's around the league.
Look at all the no-hitters.
Who's the team that's hitting 199?
The Seattle.
Season? They suck.
Yeah.
We could put together 9 guys that could hit
3 teams. So this was going to be one of the questions, so I might as well just ask it now. 3 teams have been no-hit twice already.
Yeah.
The amount of no-hitters is exceeding the amount of 3 home run games from batters.
These guys, and by the way,
pitchers better, or is the batting approach worse?
That is a bunch of garbage that the pitchers are better because
it's so ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
There's more movement these days, isn't there?
Pitchers today.
Movement, and you're probably one of those guys who thinks everybody's throwing 100 right now.
No.
Well, no, there is no.
It's all batting approach.
I have never seen so many mistakes get missed in my life.
Bryce last night, jeez.
How about Knapp?
Yeah,
that last pitch was a cement mixer. That ball was a hot air balloon right down the middle of the plate, and he put a good swing on it. I mean, he just missed it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got to be looking for 97, and you get this pitch that's just sitting there. But usually, if you're looking for 97, you yank that foul.
I yell at the TV every time I hear somebody say, "Well, the pitching in Major League Baseball's never been better." That is a load of crap.
The hitting has never been worse.
That is so bad. Pitching rotations have never been worse.
By the way, all you analytics people, and I know they're out there still, and I will say this much. I don't know how long you guys have listened or followed with me. I know I've known Jamie and Bob for a long time. But ever since this started, I have never been a fan of this uppercut swing. I always said it would fail, and guess what? It's failing.
So when do they adjust back?
It is not.
Do they?
Yeah, I guess. But at this point, all these guys that are in the major leagues are already in that.
Yeah,
you either followed or you stood pat. You look at a guy like Rhys Hoskins. He followed and he sucked. Now he's coming back to where he was. He's getting much better.
All right, Tony La Russa getting killed this week by people because of the fact that there's the, and I'm a person who doesn't believe in the dusty old, this is the way we've always done it, we should do things this way. But the idea that no one in baseball is allowed to have a differing opinion, that he thinks that's bogus what he did, I think is more the case. He's saying the way the game's been played, that never was the way it was done.
Right.
Where do you fall? Where do you fall on this? Swinging at a 3.0, 47 mile an hour pitch.
You know what? First and foremost, if you're going to put a regular player in to pitch, the heck with you.
You get what you
there
get.
are no rules out there. Just swing like you're playing home run derby in the backyard. I'm sorry. That's the way it should be looked at, right? Unwritten rules, I think there's only a few left. I think showing up a team when you're up a lot of runs, which means stealing bases late in the ball game.
That's
I think
bad.
anytime you do that, that's rubbing it in somebody's face. It used to be a bat flip, but I think that really depends on what pitcher's out there. You know what? How much heart do you have as a pitcher, and how much do you want to be showing up? I'll tell you this much. I've given up a couple home runs where I wanted to look at them. And I could recall one in Cincinnati. Adam Dunn. Hadn't thrown him a changeup in my career. I throw him a changeup, and he hit this thing to the last. It was literally the last row in the stadium before it went in the river. And I was actually, I'm looking at it, get in the river. Get in the river.
Go, baby, go.
I'm thinking to myself, they'll show this forever if it goes out. And it didn't make it. But
he was a large man.
I don't mind if you hit the ball that far, that's fine. But if you're a wall scraper, Jock Peterson a couple weeks ago, that sacrifice fly that he thought he hit out of the ballpark, it looks silly.
I think it's okay when people though will critique and say, "Come on, Tony, you're a little over the top." But Tony La Russa is a freaking Hall of Famer, and you got Joe Bag of Donuts people who have never even had a cup of coffee in the major leagues calling him out. Okay, I'd say at that point, shut up a little bit.
It was number one. It was against his own team,
right?
So I mean, he feels strongly about that.
Yes,
and I'm sure he wants the guys to play the game the way it was supposed to be played.
And by the way,
but
he knows how to play the game.
A position player pitching isn't the way it's supposed to be played either. So
good point.
You know what? You want to throw a position player out there? What does it matter? Their ERA doesn't mean garbage in the long run. That's dumpster in a bag.
And you go up there and make it out. You look like you can't. The shortstop struck you out. The
What about
shortstop
Freddie
made you
Freeman
pop
and
up.
Rizzo?
Freddie didn't care. Freddie's the classiest.
They laughed so much about that.
Freddie's the classiest player I think I've ever seen in this game. Loves the game, plays the game hard, plays the game well, and he's a good person. I would give anything to have that guy on the Phillies. I would trade away 3 guys for him right now.
He's a great person too. Hey, at Wendy's, get a classic sausage, egg, and cheese or a classic bacon, egg, and cheese paired with small seasoned breakfast potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Ricky Batalico chooses Wendy's often. You love Wendy's. You're a Wendy's advocate.
I'm a double-double. Like the double burgers.
Okay, but the other day you saw there was the you won a little side thing on your side of your cup.
I won something on the side of my cup. Well, I was telling you guys it's very crafty on their part because I won an orange juice.
And when would you get that?
In the mornings.
When you try Wendy's breakfast.
That's right.
You're geniuses, Wendy's. You're
Very well
absolute
done.
geniuses. Luring people in here. You Phillies, if I had told you the other day, we've had so many people complaining about where the Phillies are, what the Phillies are. Oh, wow, all these opportunities. If I had said to you the Phillies are going to be 22-21 on May 19th, would you have said would you have said sign on the dotted line for that? That's okay.
No, I would have said that's about right.
Right.
Because that's who they are.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you try to slice this, dice this, put it on a sandwich, it always comes out the same. It's a team that could get going for 4 or 5 games. They might put together a 4 or 5 game streak, but when that halts, you could almost book that 4 out of the next 5 are losses.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, this doesn't get any easier. If they lose this series today, you got the Red Sox coming in, and then you have to go to Miami and Tampa.
Yeah, it's not an easy trip.
And then never played well in Miami
and Cincinnati. So I mean, not that Cincinnati's great.
Well, Cincinnati but that's
could hit the
baseball.
But that's
so
a 10-game road trip. It's a 10-game road trip.
Yeah,
that's not going to be easy.
Life moves on.
So after 43 games, whatever it is, they are what they are so far. But what good have we taken out of this season so far, Rick? Because I have one guy that I think, okay, you got something here, and it might be something you run with.
You have Nick Maton.
Yeah.
Bob's in love.
Are you?
Bob's got a little bit of boy crush.
Yeah. He likes. Yeah.
Holding
maybe not
hands
love
right now.
Yeah.
He passed him a note the other day.
Yeah.
So that's how you know.
He asked him to have a catch.
I will say this much. I like what Maton has done. I like that he has no fear. I mean, when you come up to the big leagues, I think that is the hardest thing to do. And those are where you can separate people immediately at a big league level. Scott Kingery, huge fear going on right now. I don't even think Scott's a major leaguer right now.
He's not.
I don't know how you guys feel.
No, he's not.
And do I feel bad? Yeah, he was pointing in the wrong direction, and he followed that path really hard. As a matter of fact, his so-called hitting guru, I've seen him.
So you can't
I've seen
spend
him
an
on
off-season
Twitter
changing?
on with other former major league players. This guy gets blasted.
Okay,
and I'm sure he charges an arm and a leg for people who strike out.
Here's what I ask: there's quarterbacks every single year.
Yep.
Who will go, guys who have already been to the playoffs, and they will go and they'll find a coach. Out in L.A. is one of the greatest, a former baseball guy, who's now one of the greatest quarterback coaches that does quarterback training in the offseason. And veteran quarterbacks will go and work with him,
Right.
Tom House.
Yeah.
And they'll go work with him in the offseason
Yep.
and work on changing their game. Going back to it. You mean to tell me that no one can take Scott Kingery in an offseason and say, Scott, get in the cage and do this every day, and you're going to take this many swings every day.
I want you to envision his swing and miss right now and think about how many different things are wrong with his swing.
Footwork?
And if anybody here, footwork is beautiful because where I was going with this, what does he actually look like when he's taking the swing? Looks like a ballerina
Looks
doing
like
a
he's
pirouette.
Doing like he's
No,
moving.
I'm dead serious.
He
He
does.
looks like a ballerina doing a pirouette, and I can't tell you how many times that I've seen that same stare at the scoreboard. Did I just swing and miss again? Yeah, you did, pal. And I'm sorry for him, but he got paid, so don't feel that bad.
Yeah.
No, he's got tons of money in the bank, and it was one of the dumbest things the Phillies
That was the
have ever
worst. That was the worst signing ever.
It's ridiculous.
Ever. No big league time.
It's really bad. Rick, if you had to pick one spot to upgrade this team by the trade deadline, where are you pushing in? It's a tough question.
Well, one spot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping they do too, but
I don't think the bullpen is that bad. I think they've had their moments.
Coonrod's been good.
Kinsler has not.
No.
I mean that's.
But
that's
Archie
one
Bradley's
guy.
back now.
Archie's back, so that kind of solidifies there. If you're playoff push, you really don't worry about 4 and 5 starters because that's when you start using the off days to put your number 1, 2, 3s back in. I'm gonna say, man, the bench. I mean that's.
Does the bench improve if
you need
everybody's healthy?
You need somebody that can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say nothing.
I thought you were going to say third base.
No, I'm going to say nothing.
There's a lot of third base things coming up right now.
This team
Alec
is so
Boehm,
far from winning anything.
We were just saying if we're.
So I'm saying is if you can improve the bench,
yeah,
you bring in a bench bat, a big bomber, somebody who can like swing off the bench. There's gonna be. I'm
Joey
fine with
Gallo.
it. If you're talking about we got.
Although he'd probably
we
start.
have people in Phillies Twitter, by the way. I'm thinking they need a breathalyzer. Just reading people on Twitter and their response. They need to go call the Cubs. They got to be able to make moves with the Cubs. I'm like, dude, this team is not close to winning anything. They can't win right now.
They're not that far.
Don't mortgage what you got.
Right. The problem is they're not that far.
But don't mortgage what you've got.
By the way, it's been what? 10 plus years? I mean, it's been a long time since they sniffed the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. It's been exactly 10 years.
Yeah.
So you're so would mortgaging the future, because that's
what mortgage? What do you mortgage?
What do they have to mortgage?
Make a bold move. What are you going to do?
Who would your one bold move? I already have mine. Who would your one bold move?
I'm saying.
Boom.
I'm asking you.
No.
I'm asking you. What is their bold move?
Oh yeah.
See, now to me that's fine. I'm totally fine because once I think first base is going to become a logjam.
See,
when they go to a full DH, which they will,
right
after this year, Rhys Hoskins is going to become a logjam. For that position.
Well, I love and respect Rhys because of what he's done.
Sure.
I mean, he came up, he really was that superstar, and then all of a sudden he hit a really big rut, like the size of the Grand Canyon rut, and he got himself out of it. So I respect him for being able to persevere through that because it's not easy, especially in this city.
But he might be the worst defensive first baseman I've ever seen.
Not very good.
He's a butcher.
He's not even a first.
Carter Hart says, "How does that get by him?" At first base?
You know what's
That's
funny?
how bad it
you
was.
You have to watch him like on a ball in the dirt because he's always going down first instead of out for the ball. He always goes straight down first, And to me, it's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys even figure that out.
I'll keep an eye on it now.
But it's just one of those things where if anybody, he's not necessarily quote unquote expendable, but I think he's one of those guys that you can get something back for right now.
Rick, you said the Phillies kind of are what they are right now, 22-21. Yeah. They're only a game out. Is the National League East kind of...
National League East really, really sucks right now.
Are they are what they are is my question. Are they are what they are?
I think two teams at some point in the NL East will take off. And I'm assuming it's going to be around first week of August, maybe second week of August, they take off.
Braves and Mets?
I don't know who they're going to... I can't even guarantee you the Mets.
Yeah.
The Mets have been injured, and they got more guys getting injured. Yeah. The Braves at some point will make a run.
They're going to win.
They're going to make a run.
The Braves will do a 20 out of 25 at some point.
That will be the run that will push somebody up to the top.
But
and you're right. The Braves seem to do it every year.
It's wide open. Yeah, but right now though, that pitching staff's in shambles. Their bullpen is in shambles.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Let's go to bullpen real quick.
Okay,
because this is becoming an absolute joke around the league.
I think everybody's bullpens are in shambles.
By the way, in an era where everyone's trying to convince you the pitching's never been better in Major League Baseball, which is a joke.
All the bullpenners suck.
Which is a complete joke.
Is everyone?
It's awful. I always hear that. Oh, well, pitching's that's the reason batting's bad, because pitching's never been better.
It's analytics.
It's a joke.
That's why, because apparently spin rate means more than getting people out. That's the new thing.
Well, no, as great as it's
a bunch of crap.
I got people.
Well, then get points for spin rate.
ERA does. You're going to ERA. I had a guy say to me the other day, he goes, "You're giving me ERA. ERA is an old statistic."
ERA means everything.
I said ERA is the statistic for any pitcher. Earn run average is
Here's the one thing.
Do you think it's inflated for bullpen guys?
Yes, it sucks for bullpen guys.
Well, it's always going to be.
Let me put it this way. For the Mets, I ended up with a 3.3 ERA for the year in 70-something appearances. I had one game with 2 outs. I give up 6 runs.
Yeah.
And it screwed you big time.
It took $3 million out of my pocket when you think about it.
Jeez.
From a 3.3 to just under a 2?
That's wild.
I mean, Bob knows that's a huge difference for baseball.
Patty, you're always the fun one with Ricky. Loves you.
I can tell.
He loves you especially.
He loves coming in here and seeing my face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of growing. He's kind of growing.
He does.
He's like a fungus. Yeah.
I'm like a fungus with it.
Still an ass, but whatever.
No, I agree with you though on spin rate. It annoys me because Jake Junis, the Royals pitcher, has an incredible spin rate. It's one of the best in baseball. His ERA is 5.5. Its spin rate is the exit velocity of
But
pitchers.
you're an analytics guy, right?
No, I can't stand it.
No, he hates it. He hates it.
See, look, we just became best friends.
I like him even
No, let's go share some Wendy's during the break. Come on. My treat.
I already had one.
But on the counter to that, I like analytics, but it doesn't rule my day. Like Brent Terry Strome, the Astros pitching coach, he was like,
Brent. I had him as a coach.
Like what he did for Charlie Morton and unlocking his spin rate worked wonders for Charlie. Is that an outlier or is that something?
It's an outlier.
Okay.
I mean, when you think about it, does it work for everybody? No. How many guys are not getting an opportunity at the big league level who know how to move the ball around within the strike zone anymore?
Yeah.
They just might not throw, quote unquote, 100 miles an hour. Bunch of garbage, by the way. It's out of the hand. And then yesterday, Michael Barkan asked me the dumbest of dumb questions on the show.
That's why you guys are great.
What about moving the mound back a foot?
What?
I'm thinking to myself, okay, if I was in the big leagues and they moved the mound back a foot, I'm going to have some issues. Because, number one, forget the record books, right? They're all gone.
Yes, they're gone.
You can't do that anymore. And forget my velocity and being only 6 foot, that makes it that much tougher on me. Maybe the taller guys could make up for that, but there was no way I could have made. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. These guys have been pitching. These guys have been pitching from 60 feet 6 inches for how long?
Yeah,
and then you're going to ask them to move back a foot.
Hey, switch up
no injuries there.
Switch up your routine with Wawa's delicious and crunchy breakfast and lunch paninis. Get one for lunch today. Choose your favorite, like Southwest Turkey or a Chipotle bacon egg panini, available at your local Wawa. We'll have more with Ricky. If you want to try to get a question in for Ricky, and you can make it good, 610-632-0975. We would love to have you join in our conversation here. It's a Thursday. Tomorrow, Show 100 comes your way. It's the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. There is so much fun to be had on the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. Vinny Velasquez is on the mound, and the Phillies are a favorite against the Marlins. How's that look to you? That's pretty good right now. You can take advantage of that. But everyone's going to be watching hoops tonight. You got the Wizards, 3.5-point favorites against Indiana. Bob has already told you he's really a believer in the Indiana Pacers, so maybe you want to jump on that. Maybe you want to look ahead. The Clippers -5 versus Dallas, Denver -1 versus Portland, Milwaukee -5 versus Miami for the Saturday hoops games. And if you're going to be watching some golf today, Rory McIlroy 11-1, Justin Thomas 14-1. Get in with a $500 risk-free bet. Never been a better time for you to join the Parx Casino Sportsbook app. Go to parxcasino.com/PA and use promo code FANATIC. parxcasino.com/PA. Use the promo code FANATIC. Get on in, get a risk-free bet up to $500. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
I know that most people find his calm leadership to be a gentle, soothing beacon at a time of great social chaos.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. It could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a powerful and reliable internet solution from Comcast Business for $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 6/6/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second service customers only. Early termination fee applies. Equipment installation taxes and fees are extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included and requires Comcast Business Internet. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas.
If you are a small business owner, do you know if you're overpaying for workers' comp insurance? Hi, I'm John Swigert, founder of Pi Insurance. Most insurance companies aren't set up to give small businesses the savings you deserve. That's why I created Pi. We serve small businesses exclusively, and we could save you up to 30% at trypi.com. At Pi, we take pride in our outstanding service. We're rated excellent on Trustpilot by customers who tell us Pi is affordable and easy to work with. Savings mean more now than ever. What would you do with up to 30% savings on workers' comp? I imagine you'd invest it back into your company and your employees. From one founder to another, I know you work hard to build your business. Let us help you protect what you started. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Guys, waking up over and over to pee is not okay. But now, you can reduce those nighttime bathroom trips with the ingredients in Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced. We're talking about less urges to pee at night, less bathroom trips during the day, and better bladder emptying. That's why Super Beta Prostate is the #1 prostate supplement recommended by urologists. You can try a full 30-day bottle free. Just pay shipping and handling. No strings attached and no commitments to buy. This is a 30-day supply, absolutely free. Call 1-800-485-0159. Super Beta Prostate is the best-selling brand in major retailers like Walmart. But for this no-strings-attached free bottle, you must call now. Call 1-800-485-0159. Don't miss out on this unprecedented free offer. 1-800-485-0159. 1-800-485-0159.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game, and now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
If you've got a personal auto insurance question, you could talk to a cab driver, although the policies he recommends might include avoiding the interstate, beating traffic by taking the back roads, and only making left turns when absolutely necessary. Or you could talk to your local Geico agent, whose policy is to use their expertise to navigate your insurance, finding the best route to help you save money on insurance for your home, car, and more. And as an added bonus, you'll be able to avoid traffic jams and potholes entirely. To find a Geico agent near you, visit geico.com/local.
At Citadel Credit Union, we're proud to be not-for-profit, so we can focus on making banking more rewarding. With the Citadel Cash Rewards MasterCard, you'll enjoy unlimited 1.5% cash back on all purchases, and the flexibility of no annual fee and no balance transfer fee. Plus, for a limited time, get a 0% intro annual percentage rate for 9 months. Terms and conditions apply. Apply online at citadelbanking.com/intro. Citadel, building strength together.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 44 years straight. Built for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't built for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
Hey, if you're having trouble squeezing into last year's summer clothes, it's probably time to do a juice cleanse with Squeeze.com.
If you've never done one before, a 1 to 3 day cleanse with Squeeze.com is a great kickoff to a weight loss campaign. You can lose inches, eliminate bloat, and feel more energetic.
And it's so easy. Just go to Squeeze.com, order before 1 p.m. You'll get same-day delivery by 9 p.m. Now, if you're on the road all day, jumping from job site to job site, Squeeze.com is delivered in a nice cooler bag. Just throw it in an ice pack, and you're good to go all day. That's Squeeze.com. Click Mike and Natalie in the drop-down at checkout.
TwinSpires Sportsbook is live in Pennsylvania, and they're coming out of the starting gates with their best offer yet. Download the TwinSpires app now, and you can unlock a risk-free bet of up to $1,000. Just use promo code FREE1000, and you can bet with the Kentucky Derby of Sportsbooks right from your phone. Playoff basketball, golf majors, baseball, and more. TwinSpires Sportsbook. Download the app and bet today. Void where prohibited. For terms and conditions, visit TwinSpires.com. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Pennsylvania to bet. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Wake up with Wendy's $3 classic breakfast deal. Our small seasoned potatoes with your choice of classic breakfast sandwich, all for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. No substitutions. Breakfast Baconator excluded.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on radio.com. Live. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Just a reminder, Wendy's will give you that classic sausage, egg, and cheese or classic bacon, egg, and cheese paired with small seasoned breakfast potatoes, but you have to give them $3 in order to get it. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Ricky just got in on our PGA pool.
Yes, I did.
PGA Championship pool.
John Daly was leading after one hole.
My gosh.
He's got no shot in hell.
A $10 bet on him pays out $10,100, I think.
No, it doesn't.
Something like that.
No, it just takes your $10.
Yeah.
A $10 bet on him just takes,
it just takes your...
I always hear that, though. It plays off. No,
the problem is the older guys, like a Mickelson, him. I mean, I say older. I'm talking older for golf. You go into that tournament, you might have one good round.
Yeah.
It'll bite you at some point. That place is nasty.
It looks ridiculous.
You ever play there?
No.
Oh, that's crazy.
Everybody always says, oh, he seems like the most fun guy out there.
Who?
John Daly.
He's probably miserable.
He is the most miserable. He leads the saddest life.
Yeah.
You go to the Masters every year. He is the Hooters and Augustas right on the main drag. His trailer is parked next to it.
Good for him, though.
No, but that's not good. He's literally selling merchandise out of he opens up the trailer and sells
But at least he could still sell
$10 shot glasses.
Oh, that's awesome.
And stuff like that.
Jamie would buy 100.
He sells $10 shot glasses. And honestly, sometimes if you bang on the door, because we would try to do an interview with him, get him to come out. You bang on the door, go, hey, John. He'd open the door. He's in his boxer shorts.
That's awesome.
And a tank top.
You guys go to any golf tournaments?
Yeah, I love going to a golf tournament.
When I was a little kid, we had the Greater Hartford Open.
Yeah, sure.
It was in Weathersfield, Connecticut, not in Cromwell.
So
it was
they
actually
moved
at
it, right?
Weathersfield Country Club. Easy course. I mean, players used to eat it up. But my grandfather or whatever at the time was doing security there for the tournament.
Right.
So I was standing where it was on I'll never forget this. It was a Wednesday. It was Pro-Am Day. Back then, the Pro-Ams was all the
huge,
local celebrities, and big Sammy Davis Jr. was there.
That's
I mean,
cool.
I was young. And so Gordie Howe comes by. I got a little Whalers hockey stick with me. You know who's going to be there. It says he signs it, no problem, right at the bottom. Perfect.
That's awesome.
So I still got that.
See, that's awesome.
And then Bob Hope comes up. Remember Bob Hope?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, real funny guy, huh?
Oh, no.
Don't meet your heroes.
I was not thrilled with that guy.
Really?
I was the only kid there, only person there.
Have you interacted?
Asked him for an autograph. He literally pushed me out of the way and said, "Get out of here."
Really?
Kid. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you interacted with Tom Watson?
And me as like a 8-year-old had a couple free choice words.
No,
for
you
him,
didn't.
Right? Oh, yes, I did. I didn't care.
For Bob Hope?
Oh, yeah.
Guy's a freaking legend.
Oh, yeah. And then I went on the course and yelled at him the whole time. I wasn't afraid. Back then, kids could roam wherever you want. You're not getting taken.
Ever interact with Tom Watson?
No,
let me suggest to you don't.
I have. J.C. Sneed, I did. As a matter of fact, he said, "Go get me." He gave me a $50 bill. Told me go get him an iced tea. Brought it back and told me to keep the change.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The year Stuart Sink and Tom Watson were battling it out for the British Open.
Yeah.
For the Claret Jug, and they went to the playoff. People were like, "All of America's rooting for Tom Watson." I said, "All of America that hasn't met Tom Watson." Ricky Bo's in studio. Why, Coach? Why do we get to have him here?
He is brought to us by Twin Spires Sportsbook, now live in PA. Download the Twin Spires app and unlock a risk-free bet up to $1,000.
Can Coach sound a little bit more happier doing that?
I think he is happy.
It's his radio voice.
It's like Manny Miserable.
The radio voice.
Wow.
Debbie Downer and Manny Miserable had a child.
The gloves are off, Rick.
My gosh, they're really.
In fairness to Coach, he's stuck in here with me, so.
Well, exactly.
That's a good point.
That is unbelievable. So right now, when you are looking at the Phillies heading forward, do you believe that the manager has gotten a better handle on getting things right? Because he was getting ripped on this show last week.
Okay.
Has he had a good week since?
Should have bonded last night.
That's what we were wondering about this morning.
I forgot my mic was on.
Don't pollute it.
Yeah.
But still,
well, he tried bunting with Eflin last night. Is that what you're talking about?
No, Brad Miller. Take away the double play there. I know Brad Miller's one of your better bats, but yeah. I just take away the double play. Whatever, it's not a big deal.
I understand where you're coming from. That's a flip of the coin situation.
Is it though?
If he gets a double, he would never have brought it up.
Exactly.
No. But what are the odds?
It's
what
hindsight.
gives you a better? No.
Yes.
It's not hindsight.
If you said it before the game,
but what gives you a better chance to win in that situation? What is a better chance of turning
hitting
out
a
right?
home run would give you a better chance.
No. There's not, but the chances
if I'm not wrong, it was 3-1.
The better chance of that, and that's ridiculous. The better chance of what is happening there to help
Get
you win that
runners
game.
to second and third
Correct.
with one out.
That is, and that's not hindsight. And I hear that. It's not. I even heard that on your post game last night.
That's not analytics. That's not anything.
It's not hindsight.
That's I'm going to go with my feeling
sense.
here. And he took a shot that Brad wouldn't hit one on the ground.
Well, he took a shot though that is the less likely scenario to work. It's less likely. He's not a 300 hitter.
Well,
let's say
he's it was a 25% chance
to advance.
that he gets a
guess
hit.
what?
I mean,
there's a 25% chance he gets a hit. I would think there's more of a chance that he could advance the runners.
No, the Phillies suck at advancing the runners.
Yeah,
they are bad at
with
that.
under 2 outs. Yeah,
He should do all right with that, though.
Well, if there's a runner on second, it's a perfect ball. Hit it to second baseman, he gets over to third base. But the whole situation there was, I think they were looking for the one big hit. I don't think they were very comfortable against that Marlins team last night in the box.
They weren't comfortable till the 8th inning the other night.
Yeah, well, they got some help. I mean, I thought the Andrew Knapp walk in that inning probably was the biggest plate appearance in the inning. He almost had another great one last night. He worked another 0-2 count to 3-2 in that 9th inning and got a really good pitch to hit. So there are some good things going on here. I mean, like last night, I'm usually pretty
animated.
Yeah,
well, you're very low key without opinions.
I was. Yeah, I don't say too much.
You're very shy.
But before the game last night, I was more fired up than after. I understand that when you look at a ball game, I just feel like, well, the Phillies lost this game.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like they did a ton wrong. I just felt like they didn't hit in the right situations. If they would have hit in some situations, if Andrew Knapp would have hit that ball a millimeter higher on the bat or lower on the bat, it's a home run. I mean, there's a lot of little things that why they lost, but I felt like Eflin threw the ball well. He made really one bad pitch in the whole game. And I thought Rogers was really good. This guy when I looked at all this stuff and I look at video before games, the one thing that I was thinking to myself, well, he's going to try to get to a count that's about 1-2 or 2-2, and then he's going to try to make that hitter go with his pitches. And that's exactly what happened all night last night. And I think the Phillies realized that you get to 2 strikes against this guy, you're in some trouble. So they tried digging in earlier on, and they were getting some pitches with movement that they just couldn't handle.
You know, it's interesting that you say that. They lose a 3-1 game last night, and you're like, okay, they lost the game.
Right.
And there's nothing much to it. Usually with a 22-21 team, I was thinking of this the other day, that's how you would look at the season. Okay, they won 4. Okay, they lost 3. That's who they are. But this has been anything but this season, right? With the Hazley taking off, with the center field position not knowing, with Girardi, Segura, all of these things. It's been a soap opera of a season that should be just yawn, stretch, 22-21.
Well, think about, put yourself in Girardi's shoes since he's been signed here. There's been a pandemic. He's had to coach through
It's not even one full season yet.
Through that last year.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it must feel like 5 to him.
Yeah.
Then you come in this year, and there's still, some things that are untied knots, if you will, with the team and the pandemic and stuff like that. Still not a full house at City. He's never, besides the World Series when he was here, he as a home manager, he has never seen a full house at Citizens Bank Park.
That's
wild. And then he's had every problem that you could imagine that is out of his control.
Mm-hmm.
And he's created some.
And he has not been terrible. I know he's made some
by
rough
his
decisions,
standards,
but you also have to wonder, is that creakiness? Is that, because last year, let's face it, you could have done anything you wanted last year in the dugout. Nobody was going to really criticize anything.
No.
Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah, I think so.
That is fair.
And I think you almost take a year off of managing like that. And at some point you come back, you're going to be a little rusty.
Check out our friends at Parks Casino Sportsbook app. Download it at parkscasino.com/PA. Use the promo code Fanatic. You are one of my favorites in town with baseball analysis because you're one of the people who refuses to just constantly, everything Bryce Harper does is great. His defense is atrocious this year. By his standards, it's terrible.
It's
below average.
The one thing I'm noticing, he's having a problem coming in on the ball.
What's going on?
Which is usually the easiest thing to do. I don't know. You know what though? It's happening a lot.
But what is it?
Are they using invisibles or something? Because I don't know.
I thought vision.
That would be your first thought, but it doesn't look like he's having a problem up at the plate seeing the ball.
No.
So you kind of erase that.
Is there a little difference?
But I did have a problem at times, and this was certain ballparks I could remember going out, and at certain times I would literally I had like a tint issue. Like
what?
A tint.
Oh.
Like an eye tint. So I would wear different colored sunglasses to pick up the ball.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So
at different stadiums.
To that point, the play in right field where him and Odubel had the confusion.
Yeah.
Apparently my
that
buddies.
was Bryce's baseball.
Yeah, so my buddies in D.C. said he was notorious for struggling with that illuminated scoreboard in right center. Apparently that was like a bad spot for him, and he never made plays there. That's what they were telling me. Now, I wasn't watching every Nationals game.
What the hell does the scoreboard? It's not even facing
something
you.
with the light.
But it's not facing you.
But if you're running back to it, you're seeing the light. I'm not making excuses for him.
He had his head turned in the whole
But to
time.
your point of vision and
last night, there's no excuse for
there
that.
was a fly ball, a short fly
It
ball.
was a simple short fly ball.
And the worst, you want to hear the worst part, is that ballpark's not big.
Correct.
There's not a lot of ground to cover in that
and he's
ballpark.
breaking the wrong way on a ball. That was a short fly ball.
Even if you're unsure, you're closer to the wall than you are coming in. Give yourself a quick little stop. Do not do the stutter forward and then backwards, because then you lose an extra second.
How hurt is he?
That's a
Do you
good
think?
question.
He's
Because we were talking about it earlier.
I would say that shoulder. A shoulder just doesn't. He said it hurts on certain swings, which bothers me.
Yeah, certain swings, and we saw how he's throwing the ball. So I'm wondering, are you breaking deep? Yeah, because you want to keep everything in front of you because you don't want to have a further throw. I don't know.
I would doubt that has anything.
I don't know how
to do
breaking
with it.
on a ball has anything to do with that.
That's why it's so
You could always
weird.
throw it underhand if it hurts that bad.
I mean, it's
Speaking of poor defense, Rick, and this question is going to be brought to you by PropSwap, America's marketplace to buy and sell sports bets. I think Alec Boehm has taken some baby steps of improvement defensively. Can he get to an adequate spot defensively, or is this kind of what he's going to be?
I'm not sure if his size is conducive to being good over there.
He's
to be
big.
really good over there. Doesn't he look like
tall and lanky?
He looks like a giraffe sometimes over there, kind of falling down.
I'd feel better
a
at
lot.
first, putting him at first.
I 100% would feel right. And I wouldn't have said that earlier in the season. I just feel like athletically he doesn't look like moving, and like last night
He's
there
not
was
comfortable.
that broken
Rodgers.
line drive to him. He probably should have caught it.
Probably should have.
He actually, if you watch it, his glove went past the ball, which means he saw it. He
was in good spot.
He didn't react to it. He's got a lot of work to do. His throws are really all over the place. One's high, two are low, the next one's side to side. I'm wondering if his at-bats are starting to go out into the field with him.
Put Boehm, first baseman in the future. Period.
So to that point,
well, Harper's going to have to go over there at some point.
And so is JT.
And you have two guys signed to contracts that you would normally go, they're going to be your first baseman in the future, but you signed two guys to long-term contracts that are going to double up on that spot.
Sure.
And you're going to have Alec Boehm, one of your great young players, who's targeted for that spot. So the long-term planning of this roster made no sense. Makes no sense. Because Harper and
It definitely makes no sense with Hoskins still here.
And Harper and Real Muto are both tagged for being first base.
Well, you can't get rid of those guys.
No, because you went and you doubled up on the big contracts to the same guy.
How about Harper's numbers? What do you think of Harper's numbers?
I
300,
7 home runs.
Yes,
he's hitting 300.
Like it's fine.
Good pace.
Really?
It's
I'd rather see him at 270 with
more
14 home runs. And he's only got 11 RBIs right now?
All of his home runs were 13.
Solo. 7
But you don't blame
It's unbelievable.
But you don't blame him for that.
That's just bad luck.
I mean,
that's
it is what it is that nobody's on base.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit 2 in one game, though. I mean,
I feel like all their home runs are solo shots.
It does
There's a
feel
lot
like
of
that.
solo shots.
Pat, you look like you want to chime in on this. You look like you're.
I don't think the roster construction is as bad as you think. I mean, when is Harper even going to play first base?
Guess what?
Year-
Wait a minute.
year
Wait.
10?
Wait a minute. Harper is a disaster this year defensively in right field, and he's in the prime of his career, and he's a young man. I think it's going to come sooner than later.
So then you have a DH.
Okay, so then he's the DH. So then you got to move other guys.
That's not even 100%.
You don't even have to move other guys. You can swap in and out the DH. You just sit on the
you
bench.
want them all on the. You want them all on. If you have Hoskins, Real Muto, and Harper,
and what do you do
want
with
them in the
Boehm?
lineup? You want them in the lineup 150 games. Then you got Boehm. So where are you putting Boehm?
Third base.
No.
Yes.
I don't know if I can watch a decade of
You
this.
cannot watch.
I
Alec
just
Boehm.
don't think
You watched a decade of Ryan Howard butcher first base, and
He
we're
wasn't
sitting here
this
acting
bad.
like we've been watching good first basemen.
Ryan Howard was better at first base
He
than
was
Rhys
not.
Hoskins.
No, he wasn't.
Than Rhys
Yes, he
Hoskins?
was.
Yes,
All right,
he
maybe
was.
he was.
Yes, he
I don't
definitely
know.
was.
Yes, he was.
Maybe he
Come on.
was.
No,
It
he
might be my
wait a
blood
minute, though.
sugar.
Maybe he wasn't
good, though.
He wasn't good.
But he gave you
out there.
Yeah, he gave you a historic run production to make up for it.
Ryan Howard benefited enough that there was enough. By the way,
Well,
Rhys-
that's my point. Like if Alec Boehm gives you incredible run production, I don't give a damn about his
guess what?
defense.
Alec
I
Boehm
do.
goes to Alec Boehm. You can't have a third baseman.
Third
that's a
baseman
pusher.
has to play third
can't
base.
It's the hot corner.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Jim?
Yeah, that's what they call it, Pat.
He's like he's dismantling.
You guys gonna fight?
It's like he's dismantling
Wanna be the
bombs
first
over there with Alec Boehm. It's like him and Hoskins. When the balls hit them, it's like there's somebody's hitting them
It's
a bomb.
so weird because he kind of gets to the ball, but then his glove doesn't get to the ball. If you watch Boehm.
Yeah.
Like his body will get to the ball, but to get the glove over there, it's such a long way to go from one side to the other. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to end up being. I really don't.
So you said he needs work at third
quickness.
base. So how do you give him work? It's by keeping him there, right?
You
so
keep
how
him
long
there
do you
and let
do
him
it?
keep playing. Oh, they'll do it this year. I mean,
At least, right? Yeah.
If it doesn't work, he's got to hit a little bit too.
Oh yeah, he's got to hit.
I mean, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of question marks for the Phillies right now with their younger players.
I'm
I would
actually
say.
those sort of 22 and 21. If you'd said to me the very first day of the year, Phillies are going to be 22
Well,
and
you're
21,
a Braves fan. You would.
I would have
say that.
signed on the dotted line. They're a disaster. They're a flat out disaster.
My whole thing about the Phillies is I said 86 wins, and I think they're right.
I said 85 or 86.
Almost
yeah.
on that
85.
pace. And when I said they will contend for the East at that point, people laughed at me.
I still am.
Because I looked at it more of a black and blue division that they're going to beat the living daylights out of each other than anything else.
I still am.
What?
I'm still chuckling at that. 85 or 86, you're not going to be
86, maybe.
I'm still chuckling.
You
somebody's
keep laughing.
going to win 90. I think maybe even 2 win 90.
I don't know about that.
It's going
know
to
where it's coming from.
going to shake out.
Who? Name names, coward.
I said to you before. I said I think
He
the
thinks it's gonna be
Braves
the
are going to
Braves
win
and
90.
Mets.
I think the Braves are going to win 90. I think the Mets are going to win 90.
The Braves have no pitching.
But 2 years ago, the Braves won the division
Braves-
with 90 wins.
And
Yeah.
last time in a 162, the Braves had the exact same record they have today.
If the Mets
And they won 97.
if the
I
Mets
believe.
get healthy and stay healthy,
The Mets-
especially on the mound,
The Mets
there's
have
no
some
problem.
really good.
They just had Walker go to the DO.
Everybody.
They're beat up.
Four
They
of
are.
their 8 position players on the DL.
Well, McNeil and
At the
Conforto
same
went out
time.
in one game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's a why all the why
Dude, that's-
okay
this is a
why
great
all
question.
the injuries because again.
Don't
this
say
is
it's
the
a-
this
because
is the
they're coming
era.
off a
Remember,
60-game
these are the
season. No.
greatest
Joke.
these are the greatest athletes we've ever seen. They're in the best shape of their lives, and they are on the disabled. By the way, they're on the injured list from if you just go 30 years ago.
Yeah.
These guys are 2.5 times more likely to have a
Drink.
stint on the disabled list.
Drink a freaking beer once in a while. You need a little bit of fat on your body. I think these guys are so into let's see how trim
Let's
and
get
how
to the
muscle
gym. Yes.
ripped I can get. That obviously you start with that and then you start tugging on those muscles. At some point they're going to rip.
Soft
And I
tissue
think-
injuries.
Yeah.
They're getting you are baseball.
Baseball is not about being
contrition,
a six pack and ripped.
1990 to 2020. I say this one of you are 2.5 more. So you are 2.5 times more likely to go on the injured list.
Yeah, no
in 2020 than you were in 1990. Than a player was in 1990. To have a stint on the injured list. 2.5 times more players today.
Look at what the players looked like back then.
Yeah, they're all now.
They were strong,
but now it's
but
all
they had
Tony Gwynn looked like a barrel.
Well, he was a little fat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's my. By the way, you probably even made my point even stronger because you don't have to be, ripped and 220 to hit a baseball.
Ichiro's one of the best hitters I've ever seen. You guy's a rail.
Back then, you know what people looked at? Your forearms. If you were a hitter,
Popeye arms.
Yeah, they wanted to see that you had really strong forearms because that would normally mean your wrists are strong, right?
Yeah.
And that you could drive through a baseball. You never heard of the term flick your wrist?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a baseball term. That's where it came from.
It's funny. I equate you talking about the injuries. Like there was a study 10, 15 years ago where girls that were getting into weightlifting and all that stuff, like Division I athletes,
ACLs,
were killing their ACL
because
their bodies weren't used to handle it. It's almost equivalent to what you're saying that, these guys are getting so jacked up that maybe their muscles are just too tight.
It is too much.
Yeah.
Are they not working hard enough in spring training?
Pictures you hear like lat strains and stuff like that.
And it shouldn't be. What are you trying to do? Look great at the beach?
That
You're
is
trying
what
to
it's
look great
about.
at the beach and trying to walk around instead of just trying to be nimble.
Play baseball. Make it simple, right? Make it simple. That's what it should be
Tom
about.
Brady. What does he do? Plyometrics, yoga.
That's
plyometrics, yoga.
If you look at these guys, they're all like really, big up top, thin in the middle, and then big legs.
Core strength is.
All I did was legs. And the funny thing is, when they started making me do all these little exercises for your arms, guess what happened?
Shoulder problem.
Injuries.
There you go.
Yep.
Too much.
Need a whole team of David Wells.
I never had a shoulder injury until I started doing shoulder exercises.
That's what you get. The what will be your so when do you have? You have the day game. You have a game today.
Yeah, we have a game.
You have a game today, so you got to be ready for that one.
Yep.
And then you got to be ready for, and then when they go on the road trip for the whole road trip, then you get a little bit of a. Is it a different routine?
It's not
for
a
you?
breather.
No, but is
for
it
me.
a different routine?
No,
for you?
I will be. I'm in studio tonight. I have my daughter's prom on Saturday, so
awesome.
That's no good there. And then back at it for the road trip. So the road trips, it's no different.
No, but I mean your routine is the same on a game day at home.
I'm one of those guys who likes to make sure that I know what the hell I'm talking about when I go on.
It shows.
So I try to go in there and do my studying early
there we go.
on. And I try to, my producer is Sean Kane. He's actually married to Amy Fadul.
That is
so
correct.
me and Sean are friends, but I like to go in there and
show that you're prepared.
I like to know what he's doing. I'd like to know what we're going to do because Bob's been on some of those shows. If you don't know what's going on, you could end up in outer space sometime.
You'd be surprised how many radio shows. You'd be surprised how many radio shows fly by the seat of their pants like that.
That's what I do when I come in here.
There you go. Thank you, Ricky.
You got it.
Hey, remember to support life-saving cancer research. Join me and our generous partner, WinDonation. Make a donation to the American Association for Cancer Research today at 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR because cancer research saves lives. Tomorrow, join us. Our 100th edition of the John Kincade Show tomorrow morning. We've got fun. We've got prizes. We've got special, exciting stuff that you're not going to want to miss. Plus, we will know the Sixers' first-round opponent. Cuz Radio comes your way next. Tune us as the starter today here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Today's John Kincade Show is being presented by Wendy's. At Wendy's, get a classic sausage, egg, and cheese or a classic bacon, egg, and cheese paired with small seasoned breakfast potatoes for just $3. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Attention auto mechanics and auto body pros. Carvana is hiring in Delanco, New Jersey. Carvana, the company that invented a brand new way to buy cars, is hiring for their Delanco Auto Inspection Center located near Delran, right off of Route 130. Carvana has immediate openings for auto techs, detailers, painters, lot attendants, and other auto specialists on day and evening shifts. All jobs are direct hire, full-time, offer a competitive hourly rate, no flat rate, 100% company paid medical insurance, generous paid time off, tool reimbursement, and much more. Be a part of the Carvana revolution and apply today at joincarvana.com. Do it now while you're thinking about it. Just go to join